Mashup Power Hour, produced by Titus Jones. The rules are simple.
The only rules that really matter are these.
Every time you hear this sound, a new mashup begins and everyone takes a shot of beer.
Let's do some shots.
60 minutes, 60 mashups, 60 shots. Ready to play?
You ready?
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Blame it on the blues, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drug, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. 1, then comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Everybody drunk out on the dance floor. Baby girl ass jiggle like she want more. Like she a groupie and I ain't even know it. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Grab my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city. Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Cause when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back.
When I walk in the club, all eyes on me. I'm with the party rock crew, all drinks are free. We like Ciroc, we love Patron. We came to party rock, everybody is on.
Don't stop, make it pop, DJ blow my speakers up. I'm alive. Tonight I'ma fight till we see the sunlight. I can fly. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop, no. I'm alive. And I'm loving every second, minute, hour.
Baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. And everybody's watching her, but she's looking at
I'm glad you came.
what you came for.
Yo. What is going on, everybody? It is Beer Friday, and I am your host, the one, the only, el rey de Mexico, Jesse Goku. And joining me today is the man with the plan, Jace. Also our other co-host, the people's champ, the one that makes those really awesome reviews of video games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Sonic Keyblade.
Hi.
And
Hello.
Joining us, he has finally joined the underground. The one, the only, the voice of Robotnik from Sonic Underground, Garry Chalk.
Hello.
Welcome.
Nice to be here.
Noticeable by her absence, Super Drew will be here later.
Oh, she's uploading, huh?
Right. So we don't we don't call her by her actual name like you might call her. We call her Super Jew because that's her stage name.
Super
Jew. Just call her Super.
Super. Okay. Super.
Super.
Just like that every time.
Yes.
All right. Today's podcast is brought to you by NoNameNerd.com. Remember, go to NoNameNerd.com and use our coupon code Geeks5ever to get 10% off all your purchases. They sell awesome jerseys, awesome hats, awesome shit, the coolest shit. No one will ever make fun of you. I might. Check them out. Coupon code Geeks5ever. Also brought to you by Sonic Keyblade's review of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Go check it out. We'll post a link after the podcast. It is Friday. Before we begin with our podcast, I just want to take a quick moment of silence to remember 9/11, 2001. So if everybody could just please. Thank you. All right, thank you everybody. Now to get with the podcast. Woo, it's Friday. Thank you so much. Oh no, it's freezing.
Oh no.
It's freezing. Oh, thank you very much for agreeing to be on the podcast.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I always get a kick out of these things because there's a lot of fun. You get to meet with fans and see what's going on in their heads, and also spread your news as well. You know, it's kind of
Thank
fun.
you. We are a very, very small up and coming podcast. I've been at this for a few years, but we decided to take a 2-year break because I became a parent, and we came back in May, and so we've been trying to play catch up for like 2 years of missed work and trying to like recapture our audience. And so this is what I'm actually very happy with what we've been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time. But
well, that's a good thing, you know. As long as you have an opportunity to spread the word and get out there and generate an audience, that's wonderful.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but it's when we first started, because you talk to I've talked to a lot of podcasters, and there are a lot of people that struggle. They don't know. I can't hear my voice.
I can hear your voice perfectly.
Oh, that's why I can't hear anything. It's because
there
my
she
volume
is.
was really low.
Oh, there she is.
Hola, there you are.
Oh, there she is.
We missed you.
We're still missing you because we can only see your fan.
It's an excellent fan, though.
That's a great fan. I wish I had one of those. Mexican.
I have one of those. Oh yeah.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you okay?
No.
What's
She's
wrong?
she's having an anxiety attack. Somebody slap her.
All right, I'll be there in 5 hours.
What's wrong? If Goku takes you to Texas Roadhouse, will you be happy?
I mean, yeah, but that's like not the point.
What's wrong? If you don't,
upset that this happened. Of all the motherfucking nights for my stupid laptop to do an update, it had to pick tonight. Not yesterday.
The worst.
Any other time this week, not tomorrow. It had to be fucking tonight. And
I said to my computer this morning, don't update me until tonight, late, when I'm in bed asleep. That's what I did.
like,
And that's what it does.
yeah. And then, no, my laptop's like old and a piece of crap, and it just does whatever the hell it wants. And like, I left work late, and I got stuck in traffic. I almost went to like, I don't even know where I was almost going. And I got all set up in my stupid thing. Like, the updating wasn't the issue. It was that it wouldn't boot up afterwards. And I'm just like, oh my God. Gary
It's
probably
time to
broke
get a new
it.
computer. I had that happen to my what do you call it, iMac?
Mhm.
It wouldn't boot up. It just wouldn't load. And I think it's because the hard drive was corrupted or something, but it will not load no matter what I do. And then I found my old black one. I have an old black MacBook, and the same thing happened with it. It will not boot up because it's. I got it in 1994.
Wow.
oh, wow. Holy shit.
Whoa.
But it still works. It still worked up until about 3 months ago. And now I've got this MacBook Pro. This one's a new one. It's brand new. It's like from 2009.
You had a laptop last over 2 decades. That's amazing.
That
That
is.
is
That's-
decades.
I can't even find headphones to last me more than 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
These ones have lasted 12 years.
I'll accidentally fall asleep with them on bed, and then I'll just roll over.
Oh, that happens. I've seen that happen. I've got lots of ancient equipment here. Like I've got guitars here that are, 50
See it.
years old, and and speakers and preamps that are like 10, 12 years old, and just I guess when I just keep using them until they die.
There you
then yeah, like phones, I still have I have an iPhone 6S that I use when I go to out of the country.
Oh wow.
Because it's unlocked, and so you can just put one of those, the SIM chips. I use this thing called there's a phone long distance app, or a long distance thing you plug into. It's got a weird name like Geek Gluck or something like that.
Hey, geek.
No, Jim Jam. I think it's Jim Jam, and it gives you a free phone all over the world.
Nice.
And so I've had that phone for years, and I use it for years. Now I got the i8.
Ooh, fancy. Upgraded.
And I upgraded it, and the only reason I upgraded is because it was free with the phone plan.
There you go.
So it's okay. Now they're telling me I can get the 11 now
For
Gonna
free.
bypass 9 and 10.
Is there an iPhone 9?
Not yet.
I think
don't think so.
I think they skipped.
They skipped it. They went from 8 to X.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 to X, and then now it's 11, I think.
Right. Yeah. With Galaxy, they went from 10 to 20.
Yeah, now they're 20.
They skipped all those in the middle.
It's kind of like Windows 8. They went from Windows 8 to Windows 10.
Right, they did. They do that kind of crap. I finally had to commit. Like I'm so bad with commitments. I can't even commit to a 2-year cell phone plan. I finally had to do that to get the phone that we needed to jumpstart the podcast again.
See, there you go.
It's like sweating trying to sign that contract. It's like, I don't know, 2
They
years is a long
suckered me,
time.
man. They tricked me. They got me like, oh, if you sign it and since you're with Metro, if you bring your phone number over, we'll give you a $250 gift card to Sam's and Walmart. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
And they tricked me. And now I'm
You find out it's like one case that you can afford, and that's it.
I can't. No, they tricked me because I didn't know
the-
that the phone cases were like $100.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Would you get an Otter?
I had to get that was the only thing they had. No one else had any. Oh, that phone you got is a 5G phone. That phone just came out. You got to get the Otter. You have something cheaper.
I
It's
use
the
Otter.
best.
I got Otter too.
You know what the fucking...
Yep, Otter cases, man. They rule.
I know. You know how many
broken
times I've dropped this
screen.
phone? I dropped it like it was hot.
I drop this phone all the time, and it still works.
Oh, my goodness.
Case on that? No case on there.
I don't think mine is anything fancy, but I haven't broken the screen yet, so hey.
Where's your sister?
There you go.
Her
Not
smile went away real fast. You saw
Where's
that?
Sweet and Sour? Or Sour
I
Patch
only
Kid?
bought them. I got a new computers because the software that the upgraded software doesn't work in my old computer. Try and put it as nope, sorry, go away, bum. Get a new computer, bum. So I said okay, bum.
Well, at least yours called you a bum. They literally called me cheap at fucking Best Buy.
Cheap, you cheap prick. What the hell's the matter with you?
Wait, were you there?
He
Splurge.
was behind.
Well, because they're on commission, man. It's.
That sounded
gotta
like you
make
were
those
there.
sales.
Wait, did you sell me the case?
No, I go to Craigslist and I just look until I find. Well, I used to have a pal of mine, a dear friend of mine who passed away a few years ago, my friend Jim, and he was the ace for finding cheap stuff. And he would scour all the Kiki-Gs and Craigslist and eBay and flea markets, everything you could imagine. And he would find these stupidly ridiculous deals and then flip them for $100 or $150.
One of our commenters, and by the way, I don't know if Super over here told you, but our commenters, like their comments will be on the live stream, and so we acknowledge them. One of them have asked, what's it like working with Beast Wars, and can you say Optimus Prime will maximize? Huge fan of Beast Wars Transformers, by the way.
Of course. Ready? Optimus Primal, maximize!
Oh, shit, I remember that.
I can do that.
So,
what was it like working on the Transformers on Beast Wars?
Yes.
I'll tell you right straight out, it was a party.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun because we worked ensemble, so all of us actors were all in the room at the same time, doing ensemble playing. So it was like speak, beat, speak, beat, speak, beat, speak, beat. And so because it was more organic, it'd be actually reacting off the actor playing the character, which was just a pile of fun. We used to give migraines to our directors sometimes because, well, there are a lot of comedians in that room, and sometimes we go, okay, guys, okay, settle, guys. It was like that. Paper airplanes, people sleeping and snoring. Had that happen once, a guy snored in the middle.
Sounds like the podcast.
Yeah.
Sounds like a podcast. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was hard work because, well, for a start, I had no idea of how big the Transformers franchise was. I knew it was a great toy from Hasbro, I guess it was from Hasbro, because I used to do the commercials back in the 80s for Generation 2. You remember that? Transformers Generation 2.
Yeah.
And I used to do those. And so I knew that it was a great toy, but I had no idea about Transformers the cartoon because, well, at the time I was like, 40 years old or something, 30 years old. So I wasn't into it. I wasn't into any cartoons. And when I went and read for it, I had already had like 5 or 6 different series under my belt, and I just went, "Oh, great, another cartoon, cool, okay." And I go in and read for it, and I don't think much of it. I'm just reading for it, and I read for Megatron, I read for Optimus, and a few other characters, and then narrowed it down some more, and it was still Megatron, Optimus, blah blah blah. And then they narrowed it down to even more. And then they said, "Oh, okay, you're reading Optimus." And I said, "I thought I was doing Megatron. I like Megatron." "Yes, I like he's got Greek lines." And he goes, "Nope, you're playing Optimus." And I said, "Well, cool, okay." And so we recorded the shows and a bunch of shows, and it went very well. I was working with, I think at the first outset was Sue Blue. And then Sue I had worked with on other cartoons, who's an absolute delight and so much fun to work with. I just love her to bits. Still do. I mean, she's just a delightful woman. And then Mike Donovan was directing on the later shows, and those were fun as well. We had a great old time, and then I didn't think anything of it, and I got a call from a convention in Los Angeles, and they said, "We would like to invite you to come down and be a part of our convention for Transformers." And I went, "A Transformers convention? Okay, well, that sounds interesting. I love Los Angeles. Okay, sure, why not?"
Just a quick question: is the convention you're talking about? Is it the BotCon that Super is over here that has talked about so much?
Yeah, BotCon. Were you there?
Not the one in Los Angeles. You and I met when it was in Dallas, 2000.
In Dallas, in Texas, yes. That was fun. But when I went to my very first one, I had no idea what to expect. And I walked in, and this guy, I can't remember the guy who ran the thing. What the hell's his name? Colin? He grabs me and he said, "Come on into this showroom." And there was this huge a ballroom, and it was full to the brim with people.
Yep.
And he walked over to this table that had about 6 or 7 women sitting at it, and he goes, "Hey, gang, this is Optimus Prime." And remember the scene? Do you remember the scene in Galaxy Quest where Tim Allen walks in and they all go,
yeah,
like that? They all did that.
Wow.
All these girls went, and I went, "Okay, so what's the deal here?" And he goes, no, this is your show." And I went, "Okay." So we ended up, there's like several of us, Venus, myself. Oh no. I'm sorry. Hang on a second.
It's the
It's
commies.
my agent. I'm just gonna mute you for a second.
No
here.
problem.
No problem. We can improvise while you're gone.
Vogue. Super Jew, how you doing?
Yeah. What's going on? Like, what happened?
Well, like I said, I got out of work late. We got kind of slammed, and one of the techs was off taking care of inpatients. One of the other techs was out at doing surgeries, and there was just people kept coming into the ER. And I did as much as I could with the other tech, but we both had to leave at 4:30. And so when I was leaving, it was trying to put how to get back to my mom's place with my GPS, and my GPS kept either my GPS or my truck kept shutting down the app.
Rerouting.
And then especially because
It just kept rerouting you?
No, it just closed the app. And then the same thing, I was trying to listen to a podcast on the way home, and it just kept shutting it down. It wouldn't let me do the two things at once, even though it's done it before. And then just a ton of traffic. Every other exit I needed to take, actually every exit I needed to take had an accident or a stalled vehicle or some bullshit.
Horrible.
Welcome
Did
back.
it rain down there?
Oh my God, he's back. I can only
No, that was that.
see
I'm sorry, that
so
was my.
the time.
It's okay.
I can't see the comments. I don't know what's going on. I feel like oh my God.
No,
And
my
then-
agent just my agent just called me to ask me if I have any singing tapes with range. And I said, well, yes, I have singing tapes. Good, because we need it for cartoon for singing. And I said, okay, fine. So that's
Awesome.
You know,
That sounds
Your
cool.
agent alarm is nuclear launching.
yes. All my alarms, my whole phone is nuclear launching because I can't hear it in the car, and I can't hear it when it's noisy, like if I'm in a shopping center or something like that.
Mhm.
That cuts through everything.
True.
So I can always hear it. So
It'll be an emergency
it is.
someday, and you're just gonna grab your phone. Oh, wait a minute.
yes,
Look around. Oh, this isn't good.
it freaks out a lot of people. Yeah, I gotta tell you, that sound freaks out a lot of people.
I know you got me freaked out over here. I'm thinking immigration's about to kick down my door. Should I jump out the window? Podcast is over.
Anyways, before I was
Yes.
so rudely interrupted, what happened? Oh yeah, so I go to this thing. They all scream. We go on stage. Venus and Doug Parker and Scott McNeil and I can't remember who else was there. I think there was somebody else. Oh, Mike Donovan, I think, was there.
Mhm.
And we were all sat on this table, and the guy introduced us as the cast of. The whole place went nuts, and I went, "Holy shit, this is a big deal, man! Did you know about this?" And he goes, "No, I never been to one of these before. This is kind of crazy." And I said, "Yeah, it is." Anyway, okay, well, let's do it. And then we did our thing. But I'll tell you what, if I'd have known at the time that I was auditioning for the cartoon that it was such a big deal, I would have been so nervous and so intent on winning that I would have blown it. But as it was, I just thought, oh, great, cartoons. Because I'd done a ton of cartoons by that time. And I love doing cartoons. I love doing, anything to do with the media. And so anyway, I didn't know that it was a big deal. And I got the part and I went, yay. I wanted Megatron, didn't get it, but that's okay.
So the
Is that
crazy
how
thing
you-
is the crazy thing
Hold up.
is super because I've seen Beast Machines and I've seen Beast Wars, but when I saw it in Mexico and it was in Spanish. So I've heard your voice as Optimus Primal, but I only saw maybe I want to say 4 episodes. So when you said Optimus Primal Maximize, I'm like that. I remembered it now. I'm like, holy shit, yeah, I remember hearing that because in Spanish they would say Máximo Poder instead of saying Maximize. They would say
Maximo Poder.
which means maximum power.
Mhm.
Maximo poder, Optimus Primo, Maximo poder, and they would scream and they would transform. So they all said Maximo poder. So I remember watching in Mexico, and it was a really cool show. Like I didn't grow up with Transformers, but I grew up with Beast Machines and Beast
Right.
Wars. So I knew about Beast Wars and Beast Machines, but I really didn't know that much about Transformers. And I remember Super giving me so much shit for not like, she was talking about Transformers this, Transformers that. I'm like, I didn't watch Transformers.
I mean, that being
What?
said, I didn't really know much
It's not
about
a
the
crime,
series.
you know. It's not a crime.
I know. I didn't know much
Like-
about the series until the movies came out. Like, I grew up watching Beast Wars and Beast Machines, and then there was another series, and then there was the movies. I didn't know all the stuff in between, and then I was surprised when and so after the movies came out, I just binge watched everything, and that's how I spent my first year at college. I didn't study. I just watched Transformers my entire first year at college, and no regrets.
Well,
But I especially enjoyed it after watching like Beast Wars and then going on a few seasons later. I was like, wait a minute, I recognize that voice. It's Primal, but he's not a gorilla anymore. He's a truck now.
I know. I made a transition. I transitioned. It happens.
so
Very rarely does it go from limbs to truck.
But we're an inclusive community.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
you are officially, if Harambe had a voice, it would be your voice.
I gotta let you in a little secret.
Yes.
You in a little secret. Well, a little trivia.
Hmm.
The person who dubs my voice in Mexico
Huh.
does all my shows.
He's like
Really?
all of your-
Really?
he's
There's one
like your
guy
official
who
dub.
dubs my voice because he sounds like me, but in Spanish.
Right. He's got that
Oh.
deep voice. Maximo poder.
Yeah, Maximo Poder, yeah.
So
But
if
he
he learned Spanish, you'd put him out of a job.
No, but here's the thing: as I went to a resort in Playa del Carmen, and I was just, I went there, and unfortunately, my friend couldn't come with me because he got really ill. But we had the 2 tickets. And he says, "Go, for Christ's sake, go!" And I went, and the girl who handled all the events,
Mm-hmm.
to go on tours and stuff, because I wanted to go see the pyramids and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I started talking to her. She goes, "Oh," and she started rattling off to me in Spanish. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish." And she goes, "Yes, you do. You speak it fluent. I heard you on the television." I said, no, that's somebody else doing me. And he goes, and she goes, "I sound exactly like you." And then we find out that, yeah, that guy does a lot of my stuff, a lot of movies and television shows and whatnot. So it was quite funny.
The thing about Spanish voice acting is the Spanish voice actors, there aren't a lot of Spanish voice actors. So they use they recycle a lot of the same actors for a lot of different shows, anime, cartoons, doesn't matter what it is.
Mhm.
So they get like a ton of practice and they can start mimicking. They can mimic other voices and they can match their voices. Like if this character's big and they're meant to have a deep voice, they will give them a deep voice. Yo soy Optimus Prime, Maximo Poder. Or vaya, no manches. They will give them all kinds of different voices. So
That's so funny.
and cartoons don't get the same treatment in Mexico like they do here. Like here they have an entire studios. Over there it's like somebody's house. Or at least it was back in the day. Because you can hear the audio quality. It's not that good, but like cartoons are strictly like they are viewed as for children then, so they don't get as much attention.
Like Mucha Lucha.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this show.
I love Mucha Lucha.
Los Muchadores. I love that show.
Great
I played
show.
several characters. I played this guy named Haystack, who was in what was the name of the show? Was it Muchas Luchas or Mucha?
It's Mucha Lucha and Mucha
Mucha
Lucha Gigante.
Mhm.
Was the sequel to it.
Mucha Lucha Gigante. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I did a whole bunch of them, And they were so much fun because that whole wrestling thing and always going on about the moves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how it
I
is.
love it. The Great Atom Smasher! Boom!
I like the flea. The flea's my favorite.
Oh, the flea.
Ricochet.
A dirty flea is a happy flea.
That was me. Like my friends and I, we picked out different like personas, and I picked the flea. I don't know why.
Like Bueno
It
Girls.
was the
Bull
first
Coasters.
show that ever came
Ricochet.
out where I could relate to everybody because they were all like just like me. Oh, they speak Spanish,
There you go.
and they all look like me. They look like my cousins.
And it's fabuloso.
It's fabulous. You know, because like
Yeah.
like whenever there's something that comes out, and once we've become like Latinos become very passionate, especially if it's something that people can enjoy. Like whether it's voice acting, whether it's sports, wrestling, soccer, especially soccer. Do not fuck with anybody over there with soccer.
Oh, yeah. Soccer.
Remember, I've already shared this in other podcasts, but remember, depending on whether the home team loses or wins, determines the kind of riot we will have that night. It will be a happy
There will
riot.
be a riot.
But there's going to be a riot, one way or another.
Regardless.
Let me tell you something. That goes for everywhere in the world. Like I'm British, right? I'm from England, and I went to a soccer game with my cousin in Southampton in England. We have our home team at the Southampton Saints, and he goes, "Look, if we win, we go this way, and if we lose, we go this way. Don't walk down that street if we lose. It'll be big problem, because the rivalry between teams and towns is huge. It's just huge, and God help you if you diss another guy's team and you're surrounded by their fans. That's that.
The UK and like Central America, even Central America, and the
South
UK,
America, terrible.
Oh no, don't.
Brazil and Argentina, you go there and you got these guys, they kill the ref, shoot the ref for a bad call. I saw that once when I was a
He'll
kid.
know better next time.
No, they
No.
and like no, for real, they will hang somebody from a tree.
Yeah,
they will. Like, okay, so the thing is,
talk about a stressful job.
Manchester United has always they're always getting people from Mexico. So Mexican players are always playing in Manchester United. And the crazy thing is, so there's a country when I don't know if anybody remembers this. Everybody was like in high school. Everybody was either too young, nobody remembers, or nobody likes sports. But in 2006, they had the World Cup. I forgot in which country, or it was several countries in Africa.
No, that was 2010.
I remember
It was 2010?
Yeah, that was 2010.
It was 2010. Okay, it was one of the World Cups.
06 was in Brazil.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. Yes, I got confused. So 2010, they had it in Africa, and I remember that one of the hosting countries. So every time the hosting country automatically qualifies for the World Cup. Otherwise, you have to qualify. You can't just go and participate.
Yeah.
So this country was in a civil war for years. For a very long time, they were in a civil war. And I remember it was all over the news. Like for the first time in decades, everyone ceased fighting. They put down their arms and came together because it was the first time their country had qualified for the World Cup.
For the World Cup.
Big deal.
Because it's not just qualifying and playing and winning. It's the revenue. It's money. It's an opportunity to make something bigger.
Huge money.
And it's like you become people become more culturally aware of you. So it is a big deal. Like people are like, oh, sports isn't a big deal. The World Cup is viewed as a big deal around the world. Especially,
it's the biggest sporting event in the world.
Mm-hmm. I've seen people.
I think it's
A1.
It's watered down by America because we have so many sports that we just don't care. But most
but
countries
America's only
have
one
the
country.
Yeah.
America's only one country. When we had the World Cup here, we only got some of the games, and it cost nearly $1 billion to the World Cup soccer here.
You got to remember,
and it was a great thing.
Also, another thing that people don't talk about is that the people that play for the World Cup, there are people that play on their national teams that make more money from a third world country than they would be playing football here in this country.
Mm-hmm.
J.J. Watt's $22 million is shit compared to how much people in Manchester make.
Yeah. But if J.J. Watt misses a sack, he's not going to get shot outside of a stadium.
They're not going to shoot him in
Well, that's
Manchester.
true.
They'll shoot him in Mexico.
Do you recognize any of these? Speaking of Mexico, I did a movie a couple of years ago with a bunch of Mexican movie stars, and I didn't know who they were, but they were so lovely to work with. One was named Eugenio Derbez, the comedian. Eva Longoria, I know her.
Yeah. That one.
Josh. And then there's this really hot babe named Cecilia Suarez, and Mariana Trevino, Jesus Ecoa, Omar Chaparro. It was kind of a remake of a movie called Overboard.
Wait, is one of them called Omar Chaparro?
Chaparro, yeah.
His name is Short Omar.
Huh?
That's what
That's what it
Chaparro means.
translates to.
Chaparro means short.
No. Yeah, Omar. That's his name. Yeah.
Chaparro means short, like shorty.
Oh, Shorty. So they call him Shorty. Lovely man.
Well,
Yeah, he's
in Mexico,
comedian.
In our culture, you get your nickname based on what's wrong with you.
Short.
So I would be Gary Four Eyes.
They would call you blind. Like no,
Big
it's
butt.
more. Yeah, maybe. Like it's Mexican culture is very. We have a beautiful culture, but it can be harsh, and you have to have thick skin.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Well,
but
look at-
there's.
I can't even get a needle in there.
Oh no.
They try and take my blood for blood tests. They go, Jesus Christ, what is that? And I
Get
said,
out the saw.
Rhino skin. I'm an actor.
Yeah, I come from. Well, okay, so one of the things I wanted to bring this up today when you joined. So the last 2 weeks we've been talking about like, okay, who because I'm really bad with names. I'm so horrible with names. So Super had to keep reminding us. Okay, I'm like, all right, who's on for next week? I forgot.
That guy.
Transformers, right? It's another Transformers voice actor, right? And then Super's like, yeah, it's Garry Chalk. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, who?
I know.
No, because I'm really bad.
I get that all the time.
Like,
Because
I'm
when
so bad.
when I do my autobiography, it's going to be, hey, you're that guy.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the title of my autobiography. You're that guy. I know you. I saw you. You were at my sister's wedding. And no, I wasn't. Did I sell you a car? No, I didn't. But I know you. And I say, I'm on TV. I've been on TV for 35 years. And she goes, no, that's not it. Anyway.
No, I mess with people whenever they see me and they recognize me off the podcast. I always mess with them. I always like to mess with them.
You're that Mexican.
You're that Mexican. Hey, I know you from somewhere. And they've heard the story, but I know you from somewhere. I don't remember where I know you from. I'm like, yes, you do. You remember me. That's right. I'm like, I don't remember where. I paved your driveway for you. And the lady was like, oh my God.
Oh, that's it.
Like, no, she for real. That's how she reacts. She's like, oh my God, yes, you did. Oh my God, how you been? Oh, work's been tough. I haven't got a lot of work. I don't know who she is. I don't even do construction. And I don't even know if she owns a house. It's just some stranger. And she's like, I agreed to do some work on her house.
Then.
Yeah.
He's very cruel.
I'm very cruel.
Very cruel man. You're a cruel man.
So
we have to say hateful.
So she tells us that, okay, but he does other stuff too. I'm like, well, like what? More Transformers? And she's like, no, he did Robotnik. And my face went like, what?
I told you that.
No, for real, you said that. And as soon as they told us you were Robotnik from Underground, I was like,
yeah, that got me excited.
That got me excited.
And Grounder too.
Mm-hmm.
And many other characters in that show.
Blasted hedgehog.
I hate that hedgehog. Scratch, Grounder, bring me my Sonic perambulator.
That's fucking great. Oh my God. Because I grew up with Sonic.
Ew, all those fabulous lubricants.
How many robots have you played? Because you played one in Sonic.
I've played a few. I played Optimus. I played. Well, I didn't play Robot. No, I played Robotnik, but he wasn't a
Got
robot.
in the name.
I played a robot, the boss robot in a show called Robots. I played a robot in Penguins 1, 2, 3.
You played a lot.
Let me see. Let me see.
Were they robots in Eon Kid?
Huh?
You did a show called Eon Kid. Were those robots?
Eon Kid, no, it was a partially robotic. He had superpowers. I played the villain. I played the gangster. This gangster who.
I just remember channel surfing, and I came across. I was like, I know
trying to
that.
get Eon Kid. Well, that's amazing that you know Eon Kid.
I never heard of it.
I've heard of it.
It's a Korean. It's a Korean CGI cartoon.
Yeah.
And we dubbed it into English from the Korean. It was originally called Iron Kid.
Oh, okay.
I guess they weren't allowed to call it Iron here because Iron Man and all that.
Yeah, because of Iron Man and
Iron
my
Giants.
internet connection is unstable.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why. Shouldn't be. Anyway, so yeah, I've done I don't know, maybe 50 different 50 different animation series and probably I don't know, maybe 300 or something movies and cartoons.
Oh wow, holy shit.
That's a lot.
Well, apparently I have almost I'm in the top 10 in the world anyway for that.
Yeah, you are.
I think when you add them all up, it's like 1,700 or 1,940 shows.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's amazing.
You did Optimus Primal for Beast Machines and Beast Wars, but did you ever get to do Optimus Prime himself?
Yes, I've said it a million times, Goku.
Okay.
Unicron trilogy.
Give me a second.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Super Jew, we have to ask that question for the podcast. So people that don't know can know.
So don't interrupt. You're an interrupter. Because you cut everybody off as soon as you talk.
Even if we already know the answer, we have to ask the question.
Goku's job to interrupt people.
Yeah.
Yes, I did the Unicron trilogy. That was Cybertron, Cybertron. What was the other one? Energon? No.
Yeah.
The only one I didn't do was Robots in Disguise. I think.
Correct.
There were three. I think in the Unicron
Yeah, it was
trilogy.
Armada, Energon, and Cybertron.
Yeah. So and that was an interesting thing. And that was where my ego got in the way, because they wanted a generation one. They wanted like Peter Cullen, the voice of Peter Cullen, and I said, "What the hell? I'm not gonna do
What's
Peter
up, Elliot?
Cullen. I'm gonna do me. I'll do my voice the way I do it." And they said, "Well, we like it." I said, "Okay." So I came into a compromise of sort of half Peter Cullen and half myself, and that sort of worked, I guess, but. Yeah, it was an interesting session, the trilogy. But I think I've done all iterations of.
Do you think it was a little bit more like when you did Optimus Prime, after Optimus Primal, when you did Optimus Primal, you said you didn't know that much about Transformers, but once you discovered it, did you feel like there was a lot of pressure for you if you had done other Transformers series? Like Optimus Prime, like you said later on, like no. There's this big following for this character.
No, I just thought to myself, well, I can do that. I can do that character. I can do Transformers, transform, Autobots combine. Do all that stuff, and so I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it too much, and then I noticed that several other people had played it, and. I just watched the newest iteration with an entirely different cast, and there you go. Anyway, so yeah, so I didn't really have any qualms about it, and just did it. It's a hard one to be nervous about because it's beep beep beep, fill in the blanks. Beep beep beep, fill in the blank. and it's very hard. I'm really not a huge fan of prelay. You know, like anime prelay.
Mhm.
I am not a fan of it because it doesn't allow you the latitude to make choices, like
Okay.
acting choices. You have to fit the flaps in the required amount of time, and it's can be it's an art form to be sure. It's not my favorite, but it does work.
So, when did you? Okay, so for Beast Machines and Beast Wars, when did you start recording for that? Because I remember watching it very, very young in Mexico, and then I saw it at a later time on Toonami on Cartoon Network. So, when did you start recording for Beast Machines and Beast Wars?
I think 1993.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Because the
Yeah,
reason
it was
why
19, it was released in 1994, I believe.
94. The reason why I ask is
it not?
normally it's the other way around with anime. With anime, a lot of the anime footage that companies like Funimation got didn't come from Japan. It came from Mexico, and they would dub over it. That's why
so the shows had been dubbed into Spanish already.
Right.
And then they were being dubbed into English later on.
Right.
At Funimation in Texas.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, because they the Japanese companies trusted they trusted some of the Mexican dubbing companies more than they actually trusted some of the United States or Canada or US dubbing, because they felt like, I don't know what it is, but I think they felt like they could trust them more because they were a little bit more experienced.
Well, I have no idea about that because we were we have just a crap load of experience in this town anyway. I mean, Vancouver and Los Angeles, and in some respects Toronto, are the largest animation production centers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of us have been, you know, like I've been doing cartoons for 37 years. And that's a long time. And we had some really good dubbers because we also did live action Japanese television. We do it for English as a second language, like South Africa, like Africa and Australia and things like that. We dub them here in Canada. But I guess that's Mexico. Mexico has, people, here's the thing about Mexico. Mexico is a tremendous country. It's a lot older than us. It has 174 million people, or 170 million people population. Has a tremendous entertainment network and television and radio and media. And why shouldn't they? Who are you going to give your dubbing to as a marketeer? Are you going to give it to a country with a population of 30 million, or are you going to give it to a country with a population of 140 million? Generate all those advertising dollars and marketing and toy sales and all the other things that go with that. It makes sense.
Some of the stereotypes for Mexico are that we still ride donkeys, carts pulled by donkeys everywhere, and we just recently learned how to utilize electricity.
Wrong, isn't it? No way. You use electricity?
I know, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You know, all of my experiences in Mexico, and I've been many, many times, it's my favorite country to go to for vacation, for a holiday. And I took my wife a few years ago for the first time down to Yucatan. And she was loath to go to Mexico. She always thought it was full of drug addicts and drug dealers and bad guys and gangsters and whatnot. And I said, "You're out of your mind.
That's
You're
every
coming
country.
with me, whether you like it." That's every country.
Have you been to downtown?
Well, you know what's funny?
Any downtown.
There's a wedding going on across the street from my house. Somebody's getting married. Oh no, it's either a marriage or a birthday party. It's right across the street over here. So it's I'm just looking out anyway. But as I was saying, so if I finally got her down to Mexico, and we had a beautiful hotel, beautiful, with great beaches. It was just nice, and walking in the town, and the town was lovely, and she said, "This is not what I expected." And I said, "Well, what did you expect?" And we're thinking burrows with wagons and gravel roads and whatnot. And I'm going, "Come on, darling, you know, you're smart than that." And it's a tremendous place. And I have friends who have homes in Manzanillo, in San Miguel de Allende, in Puerto Vallarta, in Nuevo, and Punta Mitra, all over the place. It's beautiful. And San Miguel de Allende, a little plug, the greatest place in Mexico. You ever been?
No, I've never been, but I grew up somewhat in Mexico, and we grew up close to the border. Because we went to school here, but during our breaks we were there. So I grew up here and there. My dad's from the mountains. The name of the state is San Luis Potosí, but the name of the small town, you can't really find it on a map. You have to Google it because it's so damn tiny. You have to Google it. It's called Aquismón, and it's about it's about 2 hours away from Monterrey.
Oh, Monterrey. Okay, on the east.
Right. So we are in the mountains. We are from the mountains area, and it's one of those small towns. They barely had a hospital. They don't have a gas station though. So if you wanted to get gas, you had to drive over to the next town. It's one of those towns to where everybody knew who I was whenever I moved. Whenever we would go visit, they knew automatically who we were. Oh, you're Veto's kids. So because they call my dad Veto.
Yeah.
So they knew who we were because it's such a small town, and they knew we were outsiders. Like, oh, even though you live here and you're a Mexican citizen, tú eres de los Estados Unidos. You're from the United States, so you're technically an outsider. Like they would see us as outsiders. Yeah. So even though we could look the part, we can talk the part, but we weren't there. We weren't like part of the group. But there's
just like
one
my
town.
house.
There is one town in Mexico I do want to visit. It's a beautiful town. It's amazing, and it's the birthplace of all modern day Mexican dishes. It is called Puebla, Mexico.
Puebla.
Puebla.
Where's that?
It's close to the mountain area. Close to I don't know exactly where, but it's not that far away from Mexico City and Monterrey. It is the birthplace of flour tortillas.
I've never had. Oh no, I have. Of course I have.
Well, corn tortillas. What? Corn tortillas. We don't know exactly how old they are. Corn tortillas were created as a gift to the Mayan king as a way to fill him up because they would offer food as gifts, and so corn tortillas were. That's one of the stories that it was created to help fill him up. So corn tortillas predate before the beginning of the 880 BC. Like we're BC. This is BC.
Yeah.
So this is like corn tortillas are old, and when the settlers came to the New World and they settled in Mexico, the Spaniards and all the other people, they had the Muslim flour bread thingy. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
it was called since we didn't have all the ingredients, like we didn't have lamb, they substitute pork, and because we didn't have all the ingredients to make the bread, they used flour tortillas, and they created flour tortillas instead as a substitute, and that's how it was invented.
Well, isn't that amazing?
Well, yes.
I'll tell you. On that happy note, I just love going to Mexico. I've been many times, and I'll keep going because once the borders open.
Also, just a little fun fact for you. One more thing about Puebla. A lot of people don't know this, but that's where the Battle of Cinco de Mayo was fought. That's the town where they actually celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
How cool was that? With Pancho Villa.
Right. So that's where they battled the French, and they ran them off. So that's the town where they actually celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Well, Rachel put some makeup on. Oh no, it's just glasses.
No, she went to go be more professional. I'm gonna get off my cell phone.
It finally turned on. I'm so happy.
You turned it on?
It finally turned on.
It's been like 2 hours.
It just wouldn't turn on. That's what I'm saying.
It took 2 hours to get itself off.
I'm not gonna go there.
Sex joke.
People.
Not going there.
Hey, no, you can't give me shit because when you weren't here, I was the only one worried and asking, or Where's Super Jew? Where's Super Jew? Where's
I
is she gonna be?
assumed she had her stuff together.
Yeah, me too.
I was like worried. I was like, where is she? She gonna be here? Where is
I
she?
know.
I didn't know, and I was
I'm
asking
pissed
questions. I was
off.
legit like worried about you, and I'm over here getting the finger. Jeez. I know.
I wanted to see if it was working because I was getting really annoyed with that being on that phone.
I'm already upset. All construction in Texas is delayed for another year.
Oh shit! I-30's never getting done.
I just want to ask a quick question.
Yes.
Is the noise coming from this microphone or from my computer?
It's the one you just touched. Because every time you touch it,
Yeah. There's like a noise coming.
So you're getting your voice from here, right?
Oh yeah.
Nice and deep.
That's the voice.
Oh, I think my panties just dropped. Where'd they go?
My beard just dropped. Put it down.
You know, this is my favorite microphone.
Nice.
This is another plug. The Lewitt microphone is one of the greatest microphones from Austria. For voicing, it's...
Oh, those Austrians.
Oh, shit. Pachinko's here. Finally, Pachinko showed up. Pachinko, we wanted to tell you from the beginning that we're going to give you an award. We're going to give Pachinko our favorite fan of the week award. You win. You win a beer.
But Goku's gonna drink it.
Yeah, but since you're not here to accept I'll accept on Pachinko's behalf.
You can finally read the comments. Well, some of them.
Well, I don't know. It's being weird today.
You say that microphone was $1,500?
Yes, this one, yeah.
Oh wow.
I want to make sure Goku heard that because, like,
but
yeah,
it's multi-phase. It has different things. It's square, but it's
very nice.
Just I tried the Neumann, I tried the AKG, Audio Technica. I went through like I guess about 4 or 5 different microphones, and I tried this one, and for singing and for voice, yes.
I am way too poor to afford something like that.
Hey,
I
what
put
a
up a
secret
5
word of the day.
I got it. I got it on sale from my friend.
Really?
Oh wow.
Who sold it to me half price.
No.
But
Wow.
he gets all this stuff because he's a world-renowned guitar player. He plays all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gets all this stuff. He gets microphones and amplifiers and guitars and whatnot. And he sold me this beautiful, it's called Great River Electronics, a Great River preamp, which I could never afford. It's very expensive, but he got it to me at a very reasonable price, and this for a reasonable price. And for voiceover and for doing music stuff, this is a great microphone. And when I'm doing, because I do stuff, the voiceovers for people, for different jobs, like industrial things like that, and I need a great mic, because when you have a shitty mic, it sounds kind of tinny.
Yeah, I'm calling out.
I see you. Shut up.
Wait, what?
But you got a great microphone.
Well, yeah, now I do.
And you have a great mic. You guys all got great microphones. What are you talking about?
We all have the same mic.
I can see that. Different colors.
Yeah. No. I was gonna call out somebody real quick.
I know you were.
No, you don't know who.
Sonic. Oh no, it's the other YouTuber.
It's the YouTuber. Get a better mic and stop mouth breathing into it. Oh no. Sonic, take it away.
No, stop it.
Do it.
Wow.
Don't even.
No, the thing is, I can get close to my microphone because I'm the only one who uses it. That's great. I can't get sick.
But you got to
And
hear
I'm
how this
also
guy
isolated.
sounds, though. You got to hear how he sounds. And
yeah?
Sonic's an aspiring voice actor, so he's gonna give you some of his skills real
Just
quick.
needs $1,500 and it'll be right there.
I wait with bated breath.
Okay. Should I read something?
Don't fuck up.
Just do an introduction.
Read a Facebook post.
Just do a thing.
Oh, should I? Yeah, let me read that.
Anything
Facebook
will
post.
do.
Anything will do. Okay. Alrighty. I have to find a certain post. Okay.
Well, I guess that's it. Pretty much the only con I could go to this year is gone, all because of you people spreading negativity news, which is all lies, and everybody bullying me here. I really wanted to go because it would help my mental health since I have had it for almost half my... Ugh.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What?
That's the whole channel. Trust me, I didn't catch any of it.
Oh, that was pretty amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I quite like that. I know that voice. Where do I know that voice from?
If you watch Professor,
Into a comic book store.
Oh, comic book. Oh no, the comic book store is. Well, no. How's it go? So you want to buy this comic? Well, you can't.
You have to get issue 1 through 20 first.
I remember that dude. That's the dude, comic book guy. And he goes, no, you know.
You are incorrect, sir.
You're
off my list.
Simpsons one.
You're off my list.
At least they gave y'all a legitimate excuse.
Mr. What's his what? Huh?
Santos E. Helper.
Santos E. Helper.
E. Helper, that's the one. Very similar to the old man. What's his name?
Mr. Burns.
Well, Smithers.
Smithers.
What is this?
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Explain to me why this doesn't work. Sounds very similar to Stewie.
Oh, why
Whipped.
does he have to sound similar?
They all sound
Because was it? Seth MacFarlane has been copying that damn show for 20 years.
Yeah. And then
Good
they
old
made
Seth.
a joke. Family Guy made a joke on The Simpsons that got too dark. Fox didn't want to. And then he was arguing, he was like, "Well, you guys are afraid. This is actually a really lighthearted joke." Really? Rape is a joke? Okay.
No, not a joke.
No, it's
Exactly.
not.
A
Just
joke.
so I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
how long have you been voice acting?
I have been voice acting for 40 years.
Oh wow! Holy shit! Well,
What
not
did you
what I
think he was going
expected.
to say?
For 7
No.
years. He's
40
hoping-
years.
He's hoping to break soon.
People don't realize this, but sometimes I don't realize this, but the beginning of the '90s was 30 years ago.
Yes.
Makes you feel
I
old.
started my first voice job was in 1978. 79. No, 78. And then I did another one in 79. And then in 1980, I went to Ottawa. And I did my first cartoon in 1982, which was Hiawatha, the kind of for Kenner Classics.
Are these
And,
towns?
Are
these towns? The name like
The name of the
Ottawa
show.
and Otter.
Ottawa
Yeah,
is
Ottawa
Canada.
is in
the
Canada.
capital of Canada.
Okay. Because the names
I
of these
moved it-
towns sound like I can't afford to live there.
Okay. No, Ottawa is a nice town.
You just said it nice.
Got more PhDs per square block than any other town in the country.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what I said. The home of sensible shoes.
If I move there, I have a bright future in lawn care. I mean, landscape.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah. No. Well, you know what I did there in Ottawa in my off time?
What did you do?
I was a mover.
Really?
I moved furniture.
You taking
As a
my
matter
job?
of fact,
Hard
dude,
work.
I was so good at it. Jim, you know the Canadarm that's on the space shuttle
Yeah.
Yes.
or on the space station?
Yes.
The good one, not the
That's
bad.
the articulated arm.
Yes.
Well, I used to work for Manpower Temporary Services, which was a temporary labor place that I used to work at between jobs. And I went in there and they sent me off to help this guy move. And it was a 3 or 4 bedroom house. And he had a 30-foot box truck to move all the stuff. And I'm going, well, that's a big truck. And
It was just one big
I said, so where's the crew? And he goes, you're it. So I moved the entire house, all the furniture, fridge, stove, the whole 9 yards, filled that truck up from one end to the other, and I did it all by myself, and it took me all day. Manpower paid me for that job $56.
What the
He
fuck?
gave me a $700 tip.
Hey.
Wow.
$700 tip. Now get this. So now he said to a friend of his who was the head of the Canadian Medical Association, him and his partner had to have some stuff moved, and it was all really, antique-y, kind of fragile. Well, I moved it all, didn't break anything. So they told this artist who said, well, can you move my paintings? And so I got this. There's a road in Ottawa called the Queensway. It's like Rodeo Drive of Ottawa. It's like all mansions and whatnot. Well, the gossip goes down the street. So every day I was getting all these little odd jobs from all these rich people to hang art or take the dog for a walk or do whatever. And they were paying me stupid money. So I'm going, I'm in. So this is good. So that was my first job in Ottawa, was moving furniture. But the guy who I dig the big house, he designed the Canadarm. He was the guy who designed the Canadarm for the space station. Is that cool or what?
Yeah, that's pretty
scientist.
cool.
No, he was a pretty cool guy. He
He
actually showed me the real working model of it in his house. And here
awesome.
it is. Yeah, so, but that's where I started doing cartoons. Then I did Alien Star Lost, and I did, what else did I do in there? I did another dubbed aliens for a live action show in Ottawa, but I did mainly there. I did a lot of voiceover stuff for industrial voiceover for the government, like, the leave reporting system or superannuation is a system designed that when you leave this job, you will get this much money, blah, blah, blah. 200 pages of.
You said something earlier in that same voice. Is like, that sounds like a government voice.
That was a government voice, and that was my government voice.
That sounds like a safety meeting I've been in.
And I did lots of government stuff, and then I came back to Vancouver, and my first cartoon in Vancouver was Barbie and the Rockers. Barbie and the Rockers. And then I went on and did.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels or Genetti.
Went on to do G.I. Joe and Kissy Fur and Camp Candy and Captain Nintendo Games Master.
Captain
And then He-Man, Master of the Universe, and Beanie and Cecil, and I just went in. I'm not going to list them all, but I went through a whole pile of cartoons, and then I did Transformers, and then I did after that I think Sonic the Hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
You did Dragon Tales too. We've been talking
Captain
about
Zed,
that
the Dreams
this week.
Master, huh?
You did
What's that?
Dragon Tales too. We've been talking about that all week. Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales. Oh yeah, I did Dragon Tales. I was the big giant. What was I? I was a giant. I made the Googleberry, the Bingleberry, whatever that was called, the pies. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was voted a most favorite character. He was such a lovely guy. He was just a great big old gorilla, and he just a big old giant, and he so gentle and kind to everybody in the land.
Oh my god!
They
growing up.
They gave me shit for that too, for not knowing what Dragon Tales was. Because they're like, they're talking about Dragon Tales.
Did you?
That's how I learned what little Spanish I know. It was Dragon Tales.
They didn't have fucking Dragon Tales in Mexico. You know what we did in the morning? We got up for school.
Mexican.
Get up for school. And you go to school, right?
Yeah, what we could afford to go to.
We used to watch the first cartoon I ever saw. I was 6 years old, and the first cartoon I ever saw was Mighty Mouse.
Yes.
See, I saw Mighty Mouse. I saw Underdog. I saw Popeye.
Underdog is here.
There's no need
Popeye.
here. Underdog is here.
There you go.
I watched Underdog. And El Kabong.
El Kabong.
And,
I like Hong Kong food.
Captain
Under
Caveman.
the sinning around here, Gimathabi.
I grew up with like Flintstones and Captain Caveman and Huckleberry
Loved
Finn.
them all. Huckleberry,
Tom
To
and
the
Jerry.
Street Left. Did all those.
I grew up with
Heckle and
Scooby-Doo.
Jekyll.
Yeah.
Did the movie. Loved the cartoon. Ruh-roh.
I was just about to do a Scooby-Doo
Work
voice.
for
and you
those
beat me
darn
to it.
kids.
Yep.
Raggy. Ree. Oh, I can't. But I can piss off Super over here with Snarf.
I'm so tired of that
Snarf.
voice.
Snarf and Bane are very,
and Bane.
Yeah.
very overplayed currently in our chat.
Yeah. Very
Yep.
overplayed.
Where was
Not
Snarf
in-
from? I remember that cartoon character.
Snarf from Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Yeah,
The
Thundercats.
annoying cat partner.
Yeah, the
Yes.
one that wouldn't shut up.
The one that everyone hated.
And then there's Blue's Clues, and I'm pretty sure you didn't ever see Blue's Clues, but there's Blue's Clues, and Blue's Clues is really easy to mimic. All you have to do is say "bro," like very high pitch.
Bobby, that's true. It's just saying,
I like y'all brought that up, and yet there's a dog here.
Hi.
It's Doggy's Clues.
Who's trying to tell me?
Dog's
We're
name.
gonna go solve the mystery of Anime Matsuri with Dog. What was the word of the day again?
You've done.
Poor.
It's cheating.
Is that what you picked?
It has to be. Yeah, I put "poor" as the word of the day.
Oh, you picked it. Okay.
It
I
has
was
to
gonna
be
say, did you
organic?
actually like work that out?
Yeah, basically, you just it has to happen on the fly.
My life
Yes.
is organic. It's organic.
We
Poor.
came close to saying it every once in a while. I was like, "Oh, but you veered away from us." Okay,
You know
I'll
what?
just-
Like
That's when you brought up.
Poor.
You brought up the price of the microphone. I was like, I bet I can get him to say
No,
it.
it was
Like,
never
you're right.
organic. I cheated.
You go and
I
say
cheated. That's why I said it.
You
when
looked
I said
at.
it.
Did you look at it?
Yeah.
You cheater! You violated the rules.
I apologize for my co-hosts. There are a couple of
there
morons.
Oh, they're not morons.
Uh,
I know some morons, and they're not morons.
We're at least on.
I mean, I know
Wait.
some real morons.
Wait, we're
Oh,
not.
okay.
Wait, we're not
Like
morons.
Dumb and Dumber morons. Huh?
Hey,
We're not morons.
you've been promoted.
What the fuck? We need to try harder. What?
No,
The
no, you're
stupidity
not
needs
morons.
to go up.
Apparently,
You
I
gotta
haven't.
try harder.
I need
Come
to.
on.
I haven't stabbed enough electrical sockets
Get the fork.
With a spoon.
with a fork. Actually,
My brother did that because my brother was a bit of a moron at that time when he was a kid. He did that. He stuck a spoon in the socket
Oh wow.
and blew himself across the room.
These are European sockets, though,
I did something
right?
very, very
No,
similar.
this was a Canadian socket.
Oh okay.
It's like European light.
Yeah, that's strong. I'm not doing that.
The European sockets will kill you.
Yes, they will. I'm not doing that.
240
Power of a
volts.
power plant.
I stabbed an
260
electrical socket
volts.
at a hotel with a butter knife because somebody had told me he'd been talking shit all night.
No.
He's not.
Did it work though?
Yeah, he's alive. I don't know what work
alive.
means.
And
He is
the
alive.
coolest thing is when I stabbed it, I didn't spill my beer. I fell back and my hand was just like that.
That's just genetic reflexes. Just
Ultra instinct.
Don't spill the beer.
I got it.
Here's my favorite character. Hello. Hello.
That's so cool.
In 3D.
It's like it's coming right at me.
Whoa.
No, I always have him sitting up here on my speaker, and here's my other muse. I have him sitting on my speaker too.
Nice.
Nice.
Gives me going my happy blues guitar player because that's what I am, a bluesist.
Yeah, we started doing on Sundays. I started doing a very, very late, very long podcast where we're up until like 2 a.m. And then to mess with people, I'm like, hey there, everybody. Welcome to the late night Geeks 5 Ever podcast. For all you cool cats and third shift workers out there. Playing all the hottest hits and jazz and that smooth sounding music.
Nothing better to do than listen to music and chill.
There is
Cool
I have.
jazz,
I'm not gonna lie.
102.4.
You're
wow,
listening.
that's incredible.
Oh my god. If Optimus had his own radio show. Shit.
If I had my own radio show.
You can't fight, you can't fight the
rich man.
Decepticons.
You are.
And if it weren't for those darn Decepticons,
You get a very good radio show.
Aquí estamos con Garry Chalk, que hace Beast Machines and Transformers. Aquí estamos hablando con él. El podcast está presentado con Telemundo.
Where's the subtitles?
I don't know if he spoke faster because he froze or he spoke
That's
faster because it's
No,
Spanish.
that's how Spanish. I can normally.
It's that Spanish thing. That was
The
great.
Spanish thing.
You know what I was imagining when you were speaking just then?
Hmm.
Do you know how when you're riding down the highway and you're listening to the radio on AM radio,
Mhm.
and when you go from one town, the radio starts to fade out, and then
Yeah.
it comes back, and you hear this. And then it was and then it comes back in. Nice and
No, in Mexico, whenever you're changing, like radio frequencies, you have some hosts that are like, "Hola, aquí estamos con Radio México, hablando de todo que está pasando en los Estados Unidos, noticias." And then you go from that to, "Órale, bienvenidos a Telemundo Radio, aquí estamos." ¡Ay!
Smooth
I know.
transition.
I heard that. I rented a car down in Cancun. Going through the radio set, and there's always that hola, and then in Spanish, just like the second one you just did.
Aquí estamos aquí estamos en México, hablando con todo que están aquí festeando todo que está pasando. Aquí estamos con Garry Chalk de Transformers. Aquí vamos a hablar de todo que está pasando con Telemundo. I know, like,
drove me crazy.
It doesn't help when you're trying to learn Spanish because you're like, what the fuck did they just say?
I heard Garry Chalk.
And then
Transformers.
Ooh, Transformers.
And Transformers.
And Transformers. Because that's how
¿Dónde está la baño?
Where's the bathroom?
No tenemos
That's a
baño
very
aquí,
important thing to learn.
No tenemos baño aquí en este estadio. Me cagué los pantalones.
Órale.
Pantalones. No, I don't want to.
Oh.
What I said was, we have no bathroom in the
Not gonna
studio.
happen.
I shit my pants.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you shit your pants.
I shit my pants.
I hate that when that happens.
Oh my
It
God.
is what it is.
It is what
Worse when it's another language. You don't know what
It
happens.
is what it is.
So, like, two of the voices I did try to mimic growing up. So I really liked the deep voice. Was,
Mr.
I didn't know his name, the Optimus Prime guy, Peter Cullen, right?
Yes, Peter
Yes.
Cullen. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, that
Nice.
guy. Peter
Yes.
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay, if I ever meet you in person, like, don't take it personally, but if I meet you in person, I'm going to be like, holy shit, it's Optimus Primal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's okay. People do that on occasion.
I do that shit all the time. Hey, nobody fuck with him.
But
He's my
you-
white
you-
folk.
If you were going to meet Peter Cullen, what would you do? You would just go,
Holy shit, it's Optimus Prime.
it's Optimus Prime.
Because, like, I really like his deep voice. Oh, damn, it's freezing.
Funny story. I'm shooting a film over in Vancouver Island one day, and I thought I'd go into town because we were shooting. You know, we're out in the suburbs. I thought I'd go into town and go see the Empress Hotel, and which is a beautiful hotel in Victoria on the island. So I said, "Hi, yeah, I'd just like to. Does this bus go down to the Empress Hotel?" And from the back of the bus, you hear, "I know that voice. I know that voice. It's you." And this guy comes running up, big black guy comes running up from the back of the bus, and he goes, "You're Optimus Prime. I know that voice anywhere." And I said, "Yes." He goes, "This is great. No, I'm stationed at Esquimalt. I'm at the Navy base down here. And I don't know. I've listened. I watch your show and I listen to that voice, and I knew that voice right off the hop as soon as you open your mouth. And now I thought I'm just gonna go for a nice, quiet bus ride down to the Empress Hotel. Well, now the rest of the bus goes, "Oh, wait a minute. You're that guy. You're the guy on that show." And oh yeah. And now everybody's going, and I'm going. All I wanted to do was go downtown and go to see the Empress. But this guy started this whole chain reaction. It was quite hilarious. But it's also quite flattering. It's quite fun, but still, I was so embarrassed.
They're just like, I'm really, even with my own friends, I'm just bad with names. That's why everybody has a nickname. Like, that's, and it's just that, like, I really don't, if I go nuts over a voice actor, it's very, very rare. Like, I didn't even go crazy. Like, like my entire life I've been just dedicated to Dragon Ball Z, and like my favorite voice actor was the main character, and I didn't really go crazy over him. I met him and it was like it was a bad experience for me, and I guess he was having a bad day. I've heard that he started apologizing to people because apparently that I wasn't the only or the first person, but when I met the Mexican one, I was like
speechless.
You went cross-eyed.
I forgot how to speak Spanish.
Held your breath.
Like,
you forgot how to speak Spanish.
I forgot how to speak Spanish because I'm with my friend. I'm like, no, sabes que no. I was like, sabes que no está aquí. No. I'm talking Spanish perfectly, no accent. Next thing you know, ay, Dios mío.
Spanish white
madre, what the? I forgot Spanish.
You don't speak Spanish, do you, mister?
No, and then my cousin's like pinche nopal. Like they call you that whenever you like suddenly can't speak Spanish or pretend to be white.
Is it kind of like, you know, like kind of a syndrome or something?
It was just like
Do they have a name for it? All of a sudden, I cannot speak English. Does it come intermittently or?
I guess it was just kind of like one of those moments.
M'anglais is gone. C'est grand-mère, si. Qu'est-ce que? Où est l'anglais? Où est l'anglais?
It's because the thing is, Spanish is actually not my first language. So if I do speak Spanish because I'm dyslexic, I have to actually concentrate really, really hard just to speak.
What's
Spanish.
your first language?
It's English.
Swedish.
Barely.
No, it is English because when we came to this country, my father wanted us to speak English so people wouldn't be. They would try not to treat us differently. Because this is early '90s. This is when Hispanics and Latinos were finally getting an identity in the United States. So like, you know,
Took them long enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's like it was a little difficult growing up Latino in this country. You know, it was kind of because we were trying to keep we were trying to stay with our roots of our cultural background, but at the same time we had to grow up with the U.S. stuff. Like, cause we didn't know what St. Patrick's Day was. One day I get pinched and then I punch the kid in the face. And they had to explain to me what St. Patrick's Day was, and I literally told the teacher, "Is that thing with the guy?" I'm like, "Teacher, is that the thing with Lucky Charms?" And I brought up the Lucky Charms leprechaun.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "You don't know anything about Irish?" And she's like, "He doesn't
History?
know anything about
No,
Irish."
I'm
he doesn't know-"
Mexican.
And my parents are like, "He's Mexican."
Mexican.
And my parents are like, "We eat tortillas, not potatoes."
Yeah, and we never starved.
Because I've seen Mexicans eat an entire dish with tortillas, no silverware, just tortillas.
Just not that's their that's the utensil.
Right. So it was different growing up because whenever I can speak Spanish without an accent, and sometimes I can speak English without and with an accent, which is weird. But that's just part of my upbringing.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't speak Gaelic, and all my relatives speak Gaelic.
No, but when you hear me over the phone, it's like,
cool.
"Hello, my name is Jesse, and I'm applying for the job." And then when you see me in person, "Orale, I'm here for the interview."
Night and day.
Night and day.
You don't want the job. That's too funny.
Position has been filled.
Oh man. Huh?
No, he's just making a joke. Like, the position has been filled. Thanks.
The position has been filled. I hate that. And you know
I hate that too.
It's just bullshit. You know, I do believe in equity, and I do believe in equality, and I believe that in inclusiveness.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I don't believe in is using all those things as a weapon, and some people do use them as a weapon.
Yep.
Right.
To get their, you know, like I see it here every once in a while. You know, we have a very eclectic population here in Vancouver. There's not a nationality that you can name that doesn't live here. Not one. Anyone, name one. This is the most inclusive city in the entire world. But for some, it's not enough.
Right. Sometimes for a lot of people, they could have everything, and they could have nothing. It just depends on what side of the spectrum that you're at. But it's either never enough, or it's too much, or it's just like you said. It's just
Yeah.
One thing one of the commenters said that made me laugh. Pachinko says, "Holy shit, that's Optimus Harambe." I feel like somebody would say that. Maybe me. LOL.
That's why I laughed too. I was like, damn it, Pachinko.
Optimus Harambe?
Optimus Harambe.
Yeah, Harambe was that gorilla.
That got killed.
That got killed.
Started all of this crap in 2016.
And I actually found a GIF of Primal saying, "Well, that's just Prime," and I showed it to the guys, like, "It's coming. You're confirmed. We're good." And he was like, and Goku was like half asleep. He was like, "Oh, hey, it's Harambe." I was like, "Damn it, Goku!"
Right, Harambe's
Damn
just
it,
a very
Goku!
Harambe's just a very famous gorilla that was
Yeah.
unfortunately killed because of a 3-year-old falling in his habitat, and they were trying to.
Oh,
make
in
sure.
Seattle.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I know
It was-
that. I
it
was
was in
there when
Cincinnati.
I wasn't there when it happened.
Oh, okay.
Was it in Cincinnati or in Seattle? Because
Cincinnati. It was in
No,
Cincinnati.
because no,
think
the
Seattle had an
gorilla
incident
in
very similar.
Seattle, Coco, I think it was named Coco.
Coco the
But
gorilla.
the kid fell in the pit
Mm-hmm.
in the gorilla pen, and it was lying there unconscious, and the gorilla went and picked him up and held him like this, and then he dragged him around, by his shirt, and then he woke up and he held him, and then they came and took the kid out of the cage, but they didn't kill the gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
Because the gorilla was looking after the little boy,
Mm-hmm.
and that was in the Seattle Zoo.
The one in
Right.
Cincinnati, the Harambe got close to the child, but they were afraid
Yeah.
that he was going to be a little too aggressive and might actually kill the child, so they just shot him.
Oh, that's too bad. Because the gorillas are by nature not aggressive unless they have a perceived threat.
Right.
And a kid is not a perceived threat because they know that they can dominate that kid quite easily. I mean, you would think the same thing with the gorilla in Seattle. It's a big hulking silverback, and he just went over and he rubbed the rubbed the baby like this, the little boy like this, and then picked him up and held him, put him down and dragged him over, and then held him and get some more, and then the kid woke up and he put him down, and they went and got the kid.
They should have just left the kid there. We could have had a real life Tarzan.
Yes, brought up by apes.
They gave the child freely, and now they can be Tarzan.
That's right.
But with
Circle
the
life.
whole Harambe thing was very unfortunate, and it was
And
mostly the
unnecessary.
mother. The mother was very irresponsible, and the mother was also screaming. So.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing I just don't like about that, because when I was in university, one of my courses was anthropology, and I studied a lot of apes and primates, and actually had interactions with primates, and you'd think you look at a baboon. You look at a baboon, you go, look at the size of the teeth on that monster.
Yep.
They have fangs that are like that.
Predator.
And this baboon, the baboons don't use that for a weapon. It's mainly for display. They very rarely get violent with each other. They show the teeth, and that's enough, right? It's a violence display. Well, this one I was very dodgy about going around a wild baboon. He sat on my foot and wrapped his arms around it. I walked around with him on my foot. Never bit me at all. It was a lovely monkey, and I would be more afraid of a chimpanzee than an ape. Chimpanzees are nasty.
I don't know, like, if I got next to a bear or gorilla or bamboo, like,
Hashtag bears are fake.
if I got next to it, like, I've seen rattlesnakes in person, and I don't even bat an eye. Like,
Yeah, I've seen them too. Yeah,
I could pet a wolf, I could pet a lion, but the minute I see a flying cockroach, I scream like a little girl in a horror movie.
Same.
That
What's
happened
the
to me
noise?
once.
Clack, 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 clack. I hate that noise.
And I've told my friends, I'm so evil. I'm such an evil person. I'm like, dude, if I came back, I would come back as a cockroach. Why? Why would you want to come back? Because the minute I come back, I'd fly right on your face, and as you scream, I'd run inside your mouth.
That's
An
terrible.
asshole.
And also vaguely erotic. No.
We don't kink shame here. We have
No. Believe it or not, we've had an entire podcast dedicated to kinks and
Oh,
dating
I'm sure.
and mating.
It was a fun day for old Super.
Oh yeah, because we talked about hurt kinks.
Super's gone. Oh,
It's left.
Hate you guys.
I'll tell you, if you want to watch a fun video talking
Yes.
about bear attacks, there's a great video that just happened the other day. They had to close the hiking trail or in Coquitlam, which is a little suburb in Vancouver. We get bears.
Oh wow.
And this Chinese lady was walking down the path with her husband, but she was in front, and she was walking along, and this black bear comes out of the bushes, and she stops dead still.
Mhm.
The bear goes up to her, and he looks at her, and like this, and he goes, "Bop," and runs away.
Wow.
Just bapped her like that and ran away.
Dude, you know what I just saw?
And meanwhile, the husband is filming.
I'm gonna get that insurance.
I'm gonna win. No. But it's just a short video. But they had to close the jogging path because there was a bear.
Oh wow.
There. I had my run-in with a bear last year. I was shooting a movie out in Coquitlam, funnily enough, called Memories of Christmas, and little plug there.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm driving along down this road because we have to go up to this Bavarian kind of lodge. It's a shooting lodge where they do sport shooting. And it's way out in the nowhere in Coquitlam, which is hard to believe because it's a suburb, but it has wildness. I'm going down the road. All of a sudden, a little black bear comes running out of the bushes right in front of my car. Jam on the brakes. The bear looks at me and then runs into the woods. So, okay, we're fine. I get up to the circus. That's what we call it, the circus, because it's where all the trailers and stuff are. I get in my car. I go into my trailer. Go up to get my breakfast at the catering truck, and the catering truck says, "Beware, mother and two cubs. Mother and two cubs are here in the area, so be aware." Because the bear and the two cubs were circling around the catering truck, waiting for an opportunity to go in and raid the food, because they had all this food laid out on the tables, for breakfast.
Yeah.
So that was one. My sister had one where she was nearly killed, but she shot the bear instead because it was a grizzly bear. That was up north. And she had her rifle right here. She was dressing an elk. She just hunted an elk. And the bear wanted the elk.
Oh, then yeah, you got to shoot it.
And a couple of years before, two of her friends were killed by a grizzly bear in the same situation, but they left the rifle in the truck. So she took her gun out. She didn't even aim. She just went like this, bam, and shot the bear in it.
Holy shit!
Wow, that's
holy
crazy.
fuck. That makes me.
Well, that happens up here in the Great White North.
No, in Mexico, the closest
my
thing we get
sister-in-law
to,
had a puma sleeping on her porch.
in Mexico, the closest thing we get to bear attacks are, I think, pumas or jaguars or
Mountain lion. Yeah,
we get mountain lions, but I think we also have some.
You got jaguar down south, way south.
You get big cats.
In the mountain areas, we do. We have we have jaguars, but we also have, it's mountain lions, jaguars, and drunk cartel members.
Chupacabras.
And chupacabras and drunk cartel members. Those are the closest things we get.
Oh,
to bear
that'll do
attacks.
it.
Those are the big four.
The four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Plus, you have to be careful because there are still natives.
Don't move. Speak in a calm voice.
Just offer him a beer. If it's a bear in Mexico, just give him a beer.
Yep.
Just give him a beer.
He'll be all right.
Hey, go. Did y'all ask a question in the comments about an hour ago?
Yes, go ahead.
Who
Yeah.
asked?
I mean, here we are. We're doing this interview.
No, you're good. You're good.
No.
We don't.
Actually, I want to acknowledge some comments real quick. Pachinko
Yeah,
is
go for it.
saying, I realized everyone is commenting on Twitch. We had to ban somebody on Twitch from commenting because it was a bot and they were talking about buy followers.
They came back.
They came back.
They came back.
Yeah,
Yay!
Zarek's here. Zarek just realized, what did I miss? Zarek, welcome. We are doing an interview with Mr. Garry Chalk, who is Optimus Primal, Dr. Robotnik from Sonic Underground, which is like the main one that I was excited for.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay, calm down, Maui.
I'll take one to no one.
And Optimus Prime.
Canada is here. Canada is here.
Relevant topic.
Boy, bring me food or you're fired.
Oh my goodness.
No, okay, so we do have
Now,
Kind of froze.
Question.
it kind of
Okay.
froze. It was kind of weird. It was like you froze, but when you were moving your face, it kind of looked like it was blurred, like censorship.
Like a pixelated face.
He just
Who?
muted himself.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he muted himself.
There you
Okay,
go.
now
Oh.
what happened is that your internet connection is unstable.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, not everything is great about Canada, obviously.
What are you talking about?
Jeez.
They have all you can eat snow cones there.
There you go. So David had asked, what did you think when the twist of Rhinox being a bad guy in Beast Machines happened? Spoiler alert.
Well, it would have
The
made more sense if
show
you
is
said that in the
20
beginning,
years
Matt.
old. I think the spoiler alert went
If
up a little
anyone
bit.
hasn't seen it yet, spoiler alert. But do
Oh,
you remember
oh,
that?
that's fair.
I think
Do you
he's
remember that?
frozen.
No.
Give it time. Give it time.
Sweet
What's up?
mother, Dr. Robotnik himself. Oh my, OMG.
Repeat the question, please.
Repeat the question.
Yes, just repeat.
You don't
please.
think-
So, what
Oh.
did you think when Rhinox became evil?
When Ox became evil, I just went, oh, Christ, what can happen now? Who wrote this?
Who wrote this? In the Transformers movie, whenever they're making Transformers, somebody had an Xbox and that came alive and became evil. I haven't bought an
Product
Xbox
placement.
since.
Yep.
That's
Well,
some
Bill-
product placement.
Now, I think that was Michael Bay's thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yes.
the movies.
You didn't like Xbox?
I've never used an Xbox. Oh no, that's not true. My son-in-law, and I have played golf with Xbox. Golf
It was
game,
watching the entire time.
which was addictive, I must say. But up until that time, I had never played a video game.
Oh wow,
Okay.
holy! Well, that's
Oh,
under.
you're secretly a gamer then, if it was that addictive.
You gotta. You were when you. So whenever you decided to, you started voice acting at the very beginning of the '80s or late
Yeah.
'70s.
79.
So you were already doing voice acting before the crash of 1983, 1984, which was video games, because video games were seen as a product for children back in the day.
Yes.
So that's very understandable, and that's actually, like, I get it. Like, I did. I do a lot of. I love history, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of U.S. history, religious history, art history, and video game history. And video gaming
too.
has so much history behind it. So, like,
Does.
it's very understandable for someone that has been, like, you are, like, whenever we interview voice actors, they're like, oh, yeah, I started in the 90s because rad and hip and cool and Sonic the Hedgehog and all that shit was brand new.
Mario.
Yeah.
But you started, like, you are like the Star Wars. You are the beginning of the Star Wars generation of actors.
Pause for effect.
Video game. I think I just
I think his internet connection's going bad.
Yeah.
We're so sorry.
Okay, it's
Your
okay.
internet.
It's okay.
If you,
It's all Megatron's fault.
that's right. If you use the code Geeks5ever at AT&T, I think you get 10% off. Don't do that. You won't.
If anything, you get charged 10% more.
well, I'm on fiber optics, so I can't be dead. I'm on fiber optic.
But who do you have
I got
fiber optic with?
professional wireless here.
Who do you have fiber optic
TELUS.
with? TELUS?
National company TELUS.com.
Okay.
Or it's the biggest telecommunications company in Canada.
Canada.
Okay.
And we use I used to use Shaw, but Shaw was the worst. It kept cutting out all the time. But now
like
it's fine.
AT&T here.
But as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying.
The last thing we had said to you was that
Yeah,
you are.
I'm going to say.
Uh-oh.
Is Pong a video game?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's Pong.
It was on a video screen. Then
Pong,
I played
Pong is not the
once.
first,
Yes.
but it is one of the first home console video games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it?
It was
I
one of the
just played
first.
It
was
in
one of the
restaurant.
first video games to be able to play at home.
Oh, well, I never played anything at home. I used to go put a quarter in the machine at the coffee shop. My friend and I used to go and play Pong every once in a while, and it just got too frustrating because the paddle got smaller and the ball got faster. You'd never win.
So
You'd never win.
But let's talk a little bit about video games. If you were like, do you see yourself possibly doing a role in a video game now that video games are becoming bigger than movies?
I have done video game roles.
Oh wow!
I did a video game called NFL Sports Interactive.
Oh, holy shit! Really?
With Electronic Arts, I'm the coach. I'm the main guy. I did the Godfather video game.
Really?
I played
Yes, you did.
Luca Brasi, and I did Need for Speed, I think.
What
and
the
I
fuck?
We could have been talking about this shit.
We could have been talking about this.
Magister Ludi, or the Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! Okay, I haven't heard of that game.
That's an interactive game.
Oh.
Okay.
On PC.
I did Transformers, the video game.
Of course you
Wait,
did.
do you remember the full title of the game, or is it just called Transformers?
It was the first Transformers video.
It came out in 2004 on PS2.
Yeah, it was the Armada one.
2004. It was out of Atari, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
ooh,
2004.
I'm gonna buy it now.
That's a pretty good game,
I want
apparently.
to play.
So, but what is your, as someone that never, like you said, you didn't really play video games, and that's understandable. But as a voice actor, to see video games evolve into where this, like they're like
Oh, they're
sometimes-
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. My brother is a huge gamer. He plays all the Call of Duty and all those with other players around the world.
Uh-huh.
You know, he has a gaming console and the whole 9 yards, and he plays with all these. And I've been over to his house and I've watched the console. You know, watched the graphics of these things, and I'm going, holy Jesus, this is like a movie.
Mhm.
It's like a movie.
Compare
And then
that
there
to
was-
Beast Wars of the 90s.
Yeah, and Devil Kings was another one I did. I think called Devil Kings, and Warcraft.
Warcraft,
Okay.
that's so huge. That's big.
Just
Yeah.
to let everyone know, and this is for the audience watching, video games have surpassed the movie industry, making millions. Like this is a $1 billion industry, and they actually surpassed
multi-billion-dollar.
multi-billion-dollar.
They are. Yep.
And they have surpassed the movie industry, and they surpassed the movie industry in 2019. This is the movie industry. The same year we got Avengers Endgame, the movie that broke every record.
Yeah, but you have one movie that breaks that record. When you have video games doing that every year.
Every year.
Grand Theft Auto, for example.
Grand Theft Auto sold more than 100 million units.
And with the PS5 coming out, it's probably gonna sell more.
That's huge. That's huge. I wish I could invent a video game. My daughter, my stepdaughter, works for it's a high up in a video game company called Kablam. They do a lot of phone video games. He did the Transformers video game for the phone, but he do a lot of those and Double Dragon and things like that. But she does a quality control. She goes on these conventions in different places to speak about. It's a nifty little video game company.
We were actually working with this independent developer, and this is before the crew joined the podcast, and we're
Or the
still kind of
crew.
trying to figure out stuff. This is y'all, by the way. When I say crew, I mean y'all, the co-host here. We were
Yeah.
working
I
on
thought
the-
you
we
meant
were working-
I thought you meant Saki Kitty and the others.
Oh, this predates them as well.
We're the Chaos Crew guys.
Because you got to remember that Saki Kitty and them, they're just co-hosts. They are not part of the Geeks 5 Ever crew. You guys actually are.
Hey, we got promoted.
Yay,
So,
we're people. We're to get bomber jackets.
We're working on a video game called. It was called 17 and the Quest for Ochata.
Sounds like a concept for a comic.
I like Ochata.
And like my character is going to be the bad guy. Because
As
I love
is
the bad
tradition.
guy. I love the bad
As he's
guy
supposed to be. Yeah.
Mex a can.
For die.
That's
You
great.
kids.
You kids in your video
I
games.
don't know.
We're easily entertained.
Yep.
No, but like we were like to when you voice video games, is it any different than voicing a cartoon?
Oh yeah, it's very different.
Or,
And the reason why is because, well, I'll tell you, like sports, NFL Sports Interactive.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Madden game. You know the Madden.
I like my man.
Anyway, I had like 7,000 cues. And you have a different response for every variation, you know. Oh, that. Oh, hey, that's not bad, but I think you can do better. Hey, that's pretty good, but I think you can do better. Not bad, but you can do better. Oh, that's excellent. Well done. Let's move on to the next. That's excellent. Well done, but I think you should try this one more time. You know, things like that. And then you do the introduction, or you do pick up the chair. Take the clock. Don't take the clock. Oh, you took the clock. You're dead now. You know, things like that. But you'd have all these myriad cues, and you had to basically keep them the same, but with a different outcome. Because the way they work, it's like a labyrinth, right? You know, you have, if I respond this way, you go this way. If I respond this way, you go this way. If you go this way, you will die, or you will. If you don't pick up this, you can't go there. You know, because it's an interactive game, you have to have you do, because you can only respond logically a certain way. Yes, no, maybe. You know, and so in that respect, it's more about you have the acting. Values, you add acting values to those characters, but after a little bit, it gets to be like a bit of a mantra. And once you have the character established, you basically become that character for the whole thing, and react as that character to any given situation. So you're just, you know, 1 minute you're happy, the next minute it's like, wow, that was great. Oh, that was awful. You know, and variations in between, you know. And so it's very difficult. And with animated cartoons, you're actually speaking with somebody and they're reacting, and you're reacting back and forth. In video games, you're in a booth by yourself and you get a stack of cues and you just start reading them.
Oh, wow. Well,
I think EA puts that much effort into their voice acting, but can't get the guy to not fall through the earth.
yeah, no, for real. Like, there are some wrestling video games where the voice acting was just shit. It was like, what's he gonna do from behind? Like, way to make it awkward, guy.
Yeah, I know. Well,
The old reach around.
A lot of here's the other thing about some video games, depending on where they're made. Not all of them are made by Electronic Arts or other union-affiliated shows.
Right. No, it depends on quality. Houses. It depends on the director, quality control.
Depends on the quality control. Depends on the director. Depends on whether it's union or non-union.
The time they want to give to it.
Yeah, the time and money put into it. What the caliber of the actors that they're using. They could be doing in-house voices who are good at creating games, but not very good at voicing them.
Yes, absolutely. I completely agree.
I have a question.
Yes.
You were on Murder, She Wrote?
No.
Who was that? Was that the other person?
That's the next week's guest.
Next week. Okay.
Okay.
I was getting confused.
But you were on Supernatural. But you were on Supernatural, and I like.
I'll be right back, Chase.
Oh, I'm in charge now.
But you were on Supernatural and stuff, and I about. Oh God.
Supernatural was the one you were on, because I was thinking Murder, She Wrote for next.
That was great.
I'm not that old.
You're not.
I got excited because we were going to talk about Angela Christie.
No, Supernatural was fun. I love Supernatural, and I worked on that show because my friend Kim Manners, who was the executive producer of that show,
Yes.
was a good friend of mine because we did a lot of Stephen Cannell shows back in the day in the 80s, and I was his go-to guy for guest spots on the shows.
Oh.
And he said, "I'm going to get you on the show. I'm going to get you on the show."
And he did.
And he got me on the show, and that was I think it was near his last show because he died after that.
Yes.
And I remember going to his funeral and knowing he was like a little bantam rooster. You know, he was just like the greatest guy. And the story with those two guys, Jed and
Jared and Jensen.
Jared and Jensen. Jared and Jensen are two of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Oh, I want to meet them so bad.
They're just absolute, genuine, sweet guys. And I remember sitting with them before they started the first season. They were fresh off the block, these two young kids, and we were sitting in the bar at the Sutton Place Hotel with the producer of the show and myself and another person. I think Kim was there. And it was quite funny because the producer goes to these two guys and he goes, "All right, Jared, Jensen, this is going to be a big show. You're going to be huge stars. You're going to be all over the world. This is going to be an amazing experience for you, and it's going to last a long time. Don't fuck it up."
A little bit of threat, just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. A little motivation there.
That's all he said. He said, "Don't fuck it up."
Yep.
And they didn't. They were
did
just
not.
wonderful, just great guys, and I had a lot of fun with them. I mean, I only did the one show, but that's okay.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, that was the Halloween one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did lots of shows with Kim. I did all the Broken Badges and Viper and what was the other one? 21 Jump Street.
Oh yeah.
All those shows.
You were in 21 of the show, 21.
The original.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the movies. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't recall seeing you in the movie.
No, I was in the pilot episode, the first pilot episode of Jump Street, and then I was in the second pilot episode of Jump Street, and then I think I was in season 3, and I think I was in later on after that. I can't remember. But I did that one in Cobra. There was another show called Cobra.
Yep.
Oh God, I can't remember them all. But there was a lot of shows, and Kim and I had a long history together, and we became great pals. And his wife was a great pal of mine too. And I miss him. He was a wonderful guy. But there you go. Anyway.
I started off with the wrong question because I had my guests mixed up. Hey, at least I know we have a guest next week.
It happens.
There you go.
It
It is what it is.
She Wrote.
Yeah.
I like Murder, She Wrote. It's a great show.
Who was on it?
So we have Michael
Super.
Horton next week.
Super.
Oh, Michael Gordon. Oh, well, that's
Yes.
fun. That'll be
Yes.
fun. He was on Murder, She Wrote?
Yeah, he was Grady.
I
He was the
excited.
nephew.
I've never seen. Oh, no, that's a lie. I've seen 5 minutes of one episode, I think.
I'm way younger than you. I've seen a lot more.
Yeah, my mom.
Well,
I used to watch it with my mom growing up, and I got the
grew
whole
up-
series.
My mother used to watch it all.
I grew up with my grandmother, and so I watched a lot of Angela Christie stuff.
Right.
She's great.
Lansbury.
What's
Angela
that?
Lansbury.
Lansbury.
What are you
Christie is
thinking?
Look, names are
Never
hard.
aged.
All of y'all switching
Never
y'all's
aged.
chosen.
Oh my goodness.
It's a weird crossover
But yeah, no-
episode.
Well, yeah. So Michael Horton was at
What is
TF
this,
Con
crossover episode?
last year, and
Yeah.
that was my first TF Con. So I went and I met him, and he was just the sweetest. And I was like, "Cool, you were in Transformers." And then I actually like looked him up and stuff, and I was like, "How did I miss this?" Like,
They were younger then.
It's
Yeah.
amazing how many things people show up in that you don't.
it is amazing.
And then you see them, and then you go, "Oh my God!" And then you see them all the time.
Right.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, like you were in The Killing, you were in Alcatraz. Well, you mentioned that you were in Alcatraz, and I was like, I have to see this show now. And I was like, dang.
It was a great show. Sam Neill and
That was a great
Yes.
show. It sucks that it didn't go on for another season. I was like, what happened?
I know.
All right.
Well, because it
I
got
do
too
have
expensive.
I have a really
Oh.
good question, and this is
Yeah.
So we're gonna ask you one so people can see the more human side to you. Because
What do you call that?
wait, what?
What do you call that? He's human. What are you talking about?
Oh,
He looks nothing like Optimus Primal.
No, I am not human.
Or the
I am
or
fake.
Prime.
no.
I'm just pretending.
This is synthetic polymer that looks like human skin.
Yes, look, see.
All right. Well, because people are like, "Oh my God, voice actors are actors." They're like gods.
Well, they're actually actors.
Okay, go ahead. Answer.
Are there any
What's this human?
shows on Netflix, HBO, anything like that you're watching that you think, "Holy crap, that's really good"? And if they ever have a part open, I would like to be a part of that.
Are you kidding me? Umbrella Academy.
Yes.
Love Umbrella Academy. Stranger Things.
Oh
Love
my God,
Stranger
yes.
The Boys.
The
I
Boys.
love
Yeah.
The Boys.
Saturdays are for the boys.
So there are two shows that I've been meaning to start, and I just started one of them.
The Boys is amazing.
I'm about to start
Second
The Boys.
season, amazing.
Oh no.
I'm about to start The Boys. The one that I'm
Yeah.
watching right now, this is the show I'm watching before I start The Boys. I started watching Cobra Kai.
Well, that's a good show. The first episode.
I am so hooked. It is a great show.
Yes.
A lot of people have said that too.
No, Cobra Kai is. It looks like it's pretty good. I haven't gotten into it yet. I watched the first episode because I saw Marty Cove, the old coach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Marty and I worked in a movie. We did a movie with John Denver way back in the '80s, and John Rhys Davies, John Denver, Marty Cove, myself, and can't remember who the girl was. And it was fun. But yeah, I'm going to watch that for sure. There was another show that I loved that I was watching that I just absolutely loved. Was it was a Norwegian show called Occupied.
I think I've actually heard of that one.
Awesome.
I did too.
Awesome.
No, yeah, I heard that it's really good. Like I heard
Dude.
people talk like good things about it, and yes, I have heard of it. I just never seen it.
It's a great show. It's a great show. It's about the Russians occupying Norway.
Right.
Another great show, Away, the Hillary Swank.
Oh yeah, that's.
I don't know if you've ever heard
Going
of
to
the
Mars?
Video, I don't know if you've ever heard of the video game called Fallout.
Yeah, of course. I know. What's his face? Oh gosh, what's his name? I went to Australia with him. The guy who is the lead guy on Fallout, the lead character.
Right. So, well, there's multiple games with multiple main characters, but they're
Yeah.
making a show based on the video
Amazon.
game. On Amazon.
On Amazon, on Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've done quite a few shows of adapted shows from video games, haven't they?
Right.
Mhm.
So, like, Fallout's pretty much the same result as this. It's the same history, except after World War II, we went with nuclear-powered energy instead of the route that we did with fossil fuels.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, I'm going to watch that for sure. Have you watched Man in High Castle?
It's on my list.
I saw the first season.
Excellent show.
As
Rufus, the guy who plays the Nazi, Rufus Sewell. he lived about like 5 doors down from me all
Oh.
the time that they were shooting. Yeah, he's a very nice man. I really liked him. Too bad he had to play a Nazi, but there you go.
it's like
That's
you
an
sign up for this
amazing
big TV show. It's like you're playing a Nazi.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right.
A Nazi. Well, isn't that special?
I'm not
Did
going
it
to
not-
ask to bring my costume home if that's
He did
okay.
not see that coming.
Take it off as quickly as possible.
Congratulations, Goku. You got a part on the show. Oh, fuck yeah. You're a Nazi. Wait a minute. When I said on my...
Nazis for me.
I'm like, look, man, I know I said I was an
No
asshole,
Nazi
but damn.
class.
No, Nazi. Oh, there's so many shows. I've been
It's an NZC, the no Nazi
during the
class.
lockdown. I was watched a lot of Netflix shows, and I watched all the. There was a show called The Dark that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one called The Umbrella Academy, which is very cool. Lovecraft County, that's a new one on HBO. Excellent.
Love Lovecraft.
Yeah, the Lovecraft is a great show. As you can see, I'm a bit of a sci-fi buff.
There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing
wrong with
You
that.
play a robot in most of
I
your
love sci-fi. What's the new one with what's her face who played on the Cylon show? What's the Cylon?
Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. What's her name? The blonde.
Oh,
no, there's a new show.
Weren't there a few blondes in Battlestar Galactica?
I know. I was about to
she
say
plays
that. You know how
Starbuck?
little that narrows it down.
No, it's not Starbuck. What's her name? She also does another show where she's the captain of a spaceship, the hard sci-fi ship.
There's the new Star Trek one that came out.
No,
Picard?
no,
No, because it's not her. No, it's not.
Do you mean
No,
the
it's not,
old?
it's not her.
Do you mean the old Star Trek one?
It's
There are too many sci-fi shows.
There are too many.
It's the easy way. Battlestar Galactica cast.
Thank you,
Love
Google. That's how I do it.
Katie Sackhoff.
Oh, okay.
Katie Sackhoff.
She does a show called where is it?
As we all IMDb.
Another Life. That's a great show.
Yeah, you know, I've heard
Another
I want
Life.
to see that. I want to see that.
There's so many shows nowadays, especially with streaming services taking over traditional television, and I feel like a lot of these streaming services like Netflix or HBO or even Amazon, they have a lot of hits and some misses. They have some that are like, ugh, and then they have some that are like, holy shit, where was this 20 years ago?
Well, that was normal TV. It was all hits and misses.
Well, there
It
was
got canceled.
Like
so.
that 80s show.
Yeah.
Or Joey.
80
Meet
that-
the Goldbergs.
Meet the Goldberg. No. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That was
I like
saved.
that one.
That was
That was
saved
Fox,
by
and then they moved it to NBC.
Oh, look, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to call anybody out, but there seems to be a lot of people at Fox that make bad decisions.
They do.
Yeah.
The Tick was great. I
The
watched
Tick
it.
was hilarious with what's his face?
The live action or the cartoon?
The live action.
The live action show.
Oh, Patrick
it was,
Warburton.
it was funny.
It was
really good.
great. It was
What's his face?
so ahead of its time.
Who plays?
I know, but he plays Joe in Family Guy. I know. who
Yeah,
you're talking
Patrick
about.
Warburton.
Yeah, Patrick.
Patrick Warburton. That's the one.
Hey, Peter.
He dresses up as the Tick in the Ted 2 movie.
Yes, he did.
I've never seen.
It's a great It was Ted the Tick live action show on Fox was I think it's like 7 or 8 episodes long, but it's so good.
It's like 12 or 13, actually.
Okay, right. I just know that I have the complete series
Oh,
and it's
I
on
have
a
it right
single
there.
DVD.
They remade
Yeah,
it
me
for
too.
Amazon, right?
No, that's a
Yes,
complete
they did.
different
show.
different
Yeah.
show. It is
Well,
the
no-
Tick. It's the same hero, but no.
I like that one too. That one's really good too.
that one's
It
good,
is really
but the
good.
original was like
Lighthearted.
That was fun.
It was lighthearted, but it was funny, and it was like they were
Yeah.
superheroes. They were sexually frustrated, and
Yeah.
like they were more. It was so ahead of its
This
time.
new one, whew,
This
it
new
is
one's
dark.
good, but they're on the same. I believe they're on the same level.
Gritty.
it's a
Have
good
you
show.
seen? Have you seen Good Omens
Yes.
with David Tennant?
Oh my god.
That's a good
I haven't
one.
watched it because I've seen the fandom. I was like, oh man, I love
It-
David Tennant and I love this
it's
actor. But I was like,
Great.
oh, watch this. It
Have
looks
you
good.
have you
It's a
seen
great show.
have you seen the Geeks Forever show with Jesse Goku?
No, it sounds like a terrible show. Why
It does. It sounds like it sucks.
What's it called?
It's called
Geeks Are-
the
Geeks
Geeks
Are Us?
Forever show.
Geeks are us.
Geeks are
Available.
us.
No, I haven't seen that one.
No, it sounds like shit though. Sounds like poor production.
Have you
Lazy.
seen the It Crowd?
Yeah.
The IT It Crowd?
There's a couple of IT shows.
There's a,
Is it plugged in?
no, yeah, that one, the British one. We're like, have you
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
turning it off and
That's
on
the
again?
best.
You turned on the tape. Turn it off and turn it on again. Is it plugged in?
Dungeons and
Right.
Dragons. Is that a sex thing? It's like, oh, if everything goes right, it will have nothing to do
As
with
someone that worked at a pawn shop, the whole "is it plugged in and have you tried turning it on" thing is very real. Yeah, I
Oh,
bought
I know.
this Xbox from you and it doesn't work. Did you push this button right here? What button? Oh, I didn't know that was a button. I thought that was just the logo.
No, it's a button.
Well, it works. Well, can I get my money back? No.
No.
Go away.
Well, I'll sell it back to you. I'm not giving you that much.
Give me $20.
No, for real. With an Xbox, yeah. I would tell him straight up, like, Xbox, I'll give you 50, but if it's PlayStation 4, I'll give you 100.
Another one you got to see. It's a British one. Another British one.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Mad Like Mobeen.
Oh, I've heard of that. I'm in.
That sounds familiar.
East Indian show. They're all the main characters in are East Indian.
Mm-hmm.
And Mobeen is this kind of a fixer, former drug dealer who's now straight and looks after his sister.
That sounds cool.
I do have a show. Have you ever heard
Hilariously
of
funny.
Have you ever heard of Ugly Betty?
Oh yeah.
Did you know Ugly Betty was based off of a show in Mexico
Yeah,
called
Bea La
Betty La Fea?
Fea. Betty La Fea.
No, I
La
didn't
Fea.
know that.
It was two shows. It was called Betty
La
La
Fea
Fea
Betty.
and La Fea Más Bea.
That was what's her face, America
Ferrara.
Yeah.
America Ferrara. That's right. Yeah. No, I watched every episode of that show of Ugly Betty because I loved her character, and I also loved what's her face, her boss.
In one of the Mexican versions, they made the lead actress wear like a fat suit.
Yeah.
And they put like a ton of makeup to her, so when she transformed, it was night and day.
Yeah. It doesn't happen like that in real life.
No, it does not.
No.
Apparently, it does in Mexico though. So.
Oh, Vanessa Williams was the boss in that. Vanessa Williams.
But I saw Ugly Betty. I'm like, she's not ugly. She's actually pretty. I would do things. I would do things to her.
She's ugly by television network standards.
Mhm.
You know, they think that like I'm a grizzled old ugly guy, and I know for a fact that I'm a handsome devil.
Yeah, you are.
But they think no love for him. He's he'll be a widow forever.
But like, I don't mean to bring a downer, but my standards are like not that high. I've eaten a burrito off the ground.
Well, the 1 minute rule.
5 minutes.
Wow,
What?
you go on minutes.
Is that Canada time?
Why haven't we met
1
before? I
minute
feel like
rule.
we could be best friends.
Canada has cleaner streets than we do.
Shit! I
That's
dropped
just
my
true.
food. I dropped my dinner on the floor. Goku.
Hey,
Get the spatula.
I
Get
get
the
fed?
spatula. That happened to me last night.
Oh wow.
You haven't lived life, well, except for you, Mr. Garry Clark. You've lived life, but everyone else watching this podcast, you haven't lived life.
Gary Clark, thank you for joining.
Chalk, I'm
Clark.
so sorry. Like I said, I'm bad with.
That's
names.
my alter ego. That's
There you
my
go.
alter
That's how you
identity.
fool the government. Bad
That's how
government.
he rents videos.
I don't cheat on my relationships, but I cheat on my taxes. I mean, what?
No, you don't. That was just a joke.
That was the joke. When they type
Maybe.
in income, I type
IRS.
in poor.
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 Hey.
I want a po' boy. Woo!
No, you
no,
gotta watch Mad Like Mobeen. It's very.
I just looked it up. It's 3 seasons.
Oh, Norseman.
Norseman.
Ooh, yes.
The Norseman. Have you seen that show yet?
No.
I won't.
Oh, that looks cool though.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
a movie?
Holy shit.
There's a movie because we're from Texas. There's a
Yeah.
movie. Have you ever heard of this movie called Selena?
Still, Selena? You mean like Selena Gomez? Selena?
No.
No,
The
the
good
uh,
Selena, not that Selena.
the OG Selena.
Goku
I know
almost canceled the
I
call
know
right
the
there.
movie Selena. I never saw it.
No.
but
The
Selena is
there's a
the-
movie called Selena, which is based off of the Mexican American Chicana singer named
Yeah,
Selena.
the pop singer. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's a pop singer. Yeah, I remember who Selena is. I never saw the movie.
Right? No.
Okay.
Well, because she's such a big icon in Texas.
Yeah.
Because she was breaking down the walls in an industry that was dominated by men, especially in Mexico.
Yeah.
So she's a big part of our she's a big part of my cultural background.
Right.
So I was not only teasing, but I was just trying to like see if you had heard of her.
I've heard of her.
But then you
With
said
the
Selena Gomez, and I was just like,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Selena Gomez
That was
is a recent Selena.
True.
right.
It's
But
kind of a little what do you call
Goku's
it?
middle
I would
aged.
call her a mean girl.
I am middle aged.
And you're middle aged, and I'm an ancient old guy. But I was just thinking, Norseman. If you ever watch Norseman,
Yes.
you think it's going to be like a Viking thing.
It
It's
looks like a Viking thing.
It's a comedy.
Wait, hold on,
Oh.
go back, rewind.
Nor-
Did you just say you were
It is
ancient?
It is labeled as a comedy. That is.
Ancient.
Oh, I would
Ancient.
see this shit.
He said,
Norseman is a comedy. Everything in it is actually factual.
It's on Netflix too. So if people out there on Netflix,
Everything about Viking culture in it is true.
funny as shit.
But
apparently.
all the characters are speaking in a 21st century vernacular. But it's very dark, but it's absolutely funny. I'll throw one thing. It's just one of the slaves, the slave to the king, comes up to a bunch of slaves sitting in their slave quarters, which is basically a dirt patch with a roof over top. He goes, "Hi guys, listen. Going to be a wedding tonight. We need a slave to sacrifice to Odin. Any takers? You know, you'll be disemboweled at the wedding, and they'll take your blood and bless their wedding with your blood. But upside, you'll be getting to sit next to Odin when you go to heaven."
See, that's better than ours. That's better than ours because whenever we have a big ceremony, it's like, okay, guys, we need a virgin to sacrifice to the sun god.
That's
all of
right.
a sudden, everyone that's ever hired a hooker comes out. Oh shit, no, hookers count, right? Hookers?
No hookers. But the guy goes, "Well, no, I got stuff to do tonight. I'm really not busy, but oh, what the hell? Okay, yeah, sure, I'll go."
That reminds me of Futurama when Bender's like, I didn't have anything planned tonight after the suicide booth. Like, I didn't have anything planned tonight. You just want to hang out? Sure.
Sure, why not? But the humor is very dark like that all through the show. I just love that show.
Our humor is just as dark. Welcome to the Geeks 5 Hour podcast.
Yep.
Well, we like geeks. There's some funny I don't want to spoil it, but there are some very, very funny moments in this show.
I'm going to check it out. I'm definitely going to check it out.
Everyone watching
I've been
this podcast has Netflix has to watch this.
I'm going to check it out now. What is it called again?
Norseman.
Oh, yes.
It is labeled as a comedy.
I know
It's
what the
3
fuck
seasons.
you're talking about now. Okay, I'm going to check it out. The reason why I'm not really into the whole Viking, Odin history, cultural background thing is I'm still trying to learn a lot about my own. Like a lot of our cultural
I
background.
thought you liked
has been
history.
lost. No, I do like history, but I'm also
His
trying to
history.
because a lot of our
History.
cultural background has also been lost with time. Like we don't know everything anymore like we used to.
Which culture are you talking about? Mexican, Mayan?
I'm Mayan and Aztec.
You're a Mayan and Aztec.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's different from Mexican culture
Right, but I'm a Mexican by citizenship.
by citizenship.
Yes.
But I mean, there's
you can't put
Spanish
Mayan on the
culture
card.
and there's Mayan culture. Yeah.
Right. So I have so the way it works in Mexico, like it's very rare to have jet black hair. Like despite what people believe, it's actually very rare to have pure black hair. And me and my dad have black hair. And
Yeah.
that's when we found out that we are a mixed pot of Italian, Spaniard, Aztec. Aztec and Mayan are almost the same thing. Because we're in this country we're not considered Native American. But in Mexico we are.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we
'cause
actually
that's
have
true,
some
yeah.
Muslim. We actually have some Muslim because we come from the southern part of Italy, where there were the Middle Easterns
Moors.
mixing with the Italians. So
And then
a
you
lo-
also have Toltecs too, hey?
so there's a lot about our cultural history that I don't know about or we haven't yet discovered. Even then, with the Aztec background, there's a lot that has been lost to history. Like because we had pyramids and drawings and ancient.
Well, the Catholic Church destroyed all the literature.
Right. They
in
purged.
the,
They tried to purge our cultural background as a way to
Yeah.
promote Christianity
I know.
in Central America. So it is one of those things like there's a lot of people that that lived in this country or that were forced into this new world and they lost their cultural background. So discovering it is one of those things that I'm trying really to do. And people are like, well, you know, because I go to a lot of Renaissance festivals, like, why don't you wear kilts? Because in my culture, those are still skirts. And if I'm going to wear a skirt, it's going to be made of grass.
It's a kilt. It's not a skirt. It's a kilt.
In Spanish,
Pro kilt.
And it's very manly.
It's very manly.
Manly.
I was like, kilt owner,
have you
I
ever
agree.
have you ever been to Yucatan?
In Mexico?
Yes.
No, I have not.
If you want to learn about Mayan culture, go to Yucatan.
Right. I
Because
just haven't been
Yucatan
able to.
is a protectorate.
Mexico's just like the U.S. I just can't afford to travel all over the country.
Take a bus. What? What's wrong with a bus? I took a bus. I took a bus
really
in Thailand.
travel right now, and especially if you're like me, you can't really
travel in Mexico.
You can't really travel in Mexico unless you get permission first.
Oh yeah.
If you're a tourist, it's
when
easier
the
if you're a
borders
tourist. But
open.
if you look like me, well, no, this is before. This is because of the whole corruption. We're not going to get into that right now.
You're not tan enough.
Oh, don't.
We're not going to get
Y'all-
into that now. But
don't get into that.
No, we're not going to get into that now. But Mexico is a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country. Has a beautiful culture. It's got beautiful landscapes. It's so amazing. I recommend that everyone visits. But when they tell you don't step outside the tourist line, do not step outside the tourist line.
They say it when they say it, they mean that.
They mean it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh no.
I absolutely loved when I went to Yucatan. This is where to go. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see, but that's
try.
the ball court
Okay, I can see now. Yeah.
Okay.
in
Yeah.
Coba, and then we have that's my wife.
I was like, that's not you. That's
I
not
know,
like
right? I was
you.
about to say.
No, we went in these cenotes, like 50 miles inland. We went to these underground caves and went swimming. This is my gal climbing the pyramid at Coba.
When you went to go see the pyramids, did they give you any warnings, like don't do anything stupid or
no,
don't do anything disrespectful?
Oh no, we know the disrespectful is like, defacing or doing things badly. This was a house, or the remains of a house in Coba, and that's another picture of this is the tallest pyramid in Mexico.
So there's one thing I want to share real quick, and then we're gonna ask you a couple questions, and then we're gonna end the podcast. There's one thing I want to share. There's an island, a very tiny island near Mexico. I think it's near Mexico City, but it's near an Aztec pyramid. It's called Island of the Dolls in English. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called in Spanish.
Are you sure it's in Mexico City?
I think
There
it's
might
close
be
to
more than one island of
Monterrey.
dolls.
I think it's actually close to Monterrey.
It's spooky.
That sounds spooky.
It's actually a real place.
There's a temple in a place called Xelha in Yucatan, where it's on a little island, but you can only get into it from underwater.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me look it up real quick.
Oh. Why are you bringing this up, Goku?
It's because it's in Mexico.
Okay.
Holy shit! It's 7:30. I gotta eat. Anyway, no, I have to.
Yeah,
eat.
no, it's near Mexico City.
Oh, you are on that side.
Right.
I'm intermittent. I'm on an intermittent fast. What they call
Everybody
intermittent
is.
fast. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and let you go. But thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a privilege,
Pleasure.
honestly.
It has been a
It's
privilege.
been a lot of
This is
fun.
great.
I mean, we didn't get a lot of information out, but we did.
Actually, we did. We got to talk about Sonic. I mean, Robotnik wise, but we got to talk about Optimus Primal and
Yeah, we
Harambe.
got to talk about that. Oh, so much fun. See, it's always fun, isn't it?
We would
Should have you-
No,
if
if
you
you
are
ever get yeah, go ahead.
no, but if you are willing to, we would like to have you again in the future.
Oh, sure, that'd be fun. I always like to play. Yeah.
And we can have much more of a laid back conversation. Like, hey, do you like tamales?
I like tamales in the red hot.
No,
Do you know that song? That's a song. I like tamales at the red hot. I like tamales in the red hot. I like tamales in the red hot. But I'm out tamales. The ain't any tamales for sale. For sale. Ain't any tamales for sale. It's a Robert Johnson song from 1926.
Oh wow!
Nice.
If it's not Metallica or Rolling Stones
Guns N' Roses.
or Guns N' Roses from the 80s, like something rock,
Selena.
then it's mostly Mexican music in my
Selena.
household.
I used
No,
to
not
get
even Selena. There are people that predate Selena that are much bigger than her.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. He was one of the pioneers of the blues, and
I love the. I do like blues. I do
he
enjoy.
died quite young. He died at the age of 26, I believe, or 25.
Yeah, I think a lot that it's part of the unfortunate the 27 Club. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Poisoned by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes. No, they say he sold his soul to the devil to play guitar because he went away and then he came back and he could play a guitar like he'd been playing all his life, and he'd only gone for a year or two.
Cool.
And
Imagine leaving and going to college for 2 years to learn French and then come back with French and they think you sold your soul.
Imagine leaving
Possible.
somewhere to earn a ton of money and then you get poisoned by your partner, your significant other.
I
Yeah,
know.
that is scary.
It's so wrong.
So it's
But I'm
very-
talking about you. Now you talked about tamales. I was in Okanagan Falls over here
Making me hungry.
in the interior BC, the Great Northern Sonora Desert. It's called. And I went across the border to Okanagan Falls from this town, Osoyoos. And I went across the border, and just across the border they had a truck, one of those food trucks.
Yes.
Had the best tamales ever. It was just remember that.
Just making me hungry.
I love tamales.
Jace is no longer here. He's like thinking about food.
I live 3 blocks from where I used to live. We
I'm
used to
kinda
have a
hungry,
tamale
too.
lady that came by with tamales like once a month, and I would get a bunch of them.
You know what
But
I'm going to do
3
this
blocks
year?
away, and now I don't got them.
I'm going to, when my grandmother makes tamales, dude, I will bring you some of the tamales.
See, there you go.
I'm
Boy.
going to judge them.
He's not going to come to your area anyway to come pick up my daughter.
I'm going to judge them.
You will judge them and you'll be like, Goku.
Goku, they're
I
supposed to be
oh my
good.
God, Goku.
Amazing.
The tamale lady that was in my neighborhood, great. Like my grandmother, who owns a Mexican shop up in Kansas from Mexico, she's like, "Oh, these are great." I tried them. I was like,
They're not my
honest.
tamales.
They are not as good as.
You know
tamale
what?
ladies
We
in
will
my
ship
town.
some tamales to Mr. Garry Chalk.
We love tamales.
I'm gonna try to ship some from Arts Mexican Products over to you. I don't know. You're across
all
the border
in
though.
Texas? Are you all in Texas?
We are all in Texas.
I'm in Dallas. We have mostly Houston area.
Yes.
My other families up in
I'm
Kansas.
in flux. I'm between Houston and Conroe.
Oh
Which
my
is
God,
just
Conroe's
Houston
like
and a
30 minutes away. Calm down.
Is it west?
It's an hour.
Is it Houston west?
It takes me 30 to
No,
Houston North.
for her, it's
Houston
Houston North. Yeah.
It's Houston North.
Are you
I'm,
past the Buc-ee's yet?
We
Oh,
are
I'm
not-
past a
to answer
couple of
your
Buc-ee's.
question, we are all from Texas, and we are
Yes.
really, really close to the border.
boy.
So our tamales, you
I
can
like
taste the
Dallas.
struggle and the sweat.
I've been
He just
there.
likes Dallas. That's it.
Well, I've been to Dallas. I've been to Houston. I've been to Galveston.
I apologize for those other cities. They are not
Well, the
Dallas.
one thing I found out about Houston,
Yes.
the downtown is dead after 5 o'clock. It's just
Kinda.
dead
Trust
as
me,
a
it-
doorknob. Everybody has to go out to
Probably for
Galleria.
there's like a in between that time and when the evenings when stuff happens.
Are you
But,
talking about in
Yeah.
Houston?
Yeah.
Houston,
Downtown.
I thought it was like a government
downtown.
town, but
It
it's
was like a sterilization period.
Once it get no,
Yeah.
once the
Yeah,
bars
I guess
open at
that's it.
8 o'clock, then it gets
Once the
busy
bar's
again.
open, that's when it gets.
Yeah, that's when it gets
Yeah.
busy again.
well, I just
And also,
thought-
or within or when a baseball or a basketball game happens or an event happens.
Oh, yeah.
downtown.
there you go.
To be an Uber driver here during that is like you can make a lot of money.
or a lot of cocaine.
I'll bet.
No,
All right, guys.
All right.
I'm gonna go have my
All right.
food. I'm
All right,
starving.
go enjoy your food,
I
sir.
must
Thank you
eat.
very much for being
All
on
right,
here.
thank you so much.
We look
Thank
forward
you
to
so
having
much.
you again.
So long, you guys. Thanks for a lovely evening.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
Take care,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks so
Your visit
much.
was just prime.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent.
All right.
You
See ya.
You could even say
Take
it
care.
was Optimus Primal.
That's not the joke.
No.
That's not the joke.
The sign off was like, well, that's just.
It was so bad he left.
The joke.
You know what?
He did miss the joke so many times. You were like, the line, and he never did it.
Do the
Maybe he
line.
didn't want to get it. He's like, damn.
Do the whoa.
These weebs.
I mean,
Poppy.
yeah, like that was, yeah, like that's the whole point. Like that was his whole thing is primal. Like, well, that's just prime.
Like I noticed so I don't know what our numbers are for today, but
are we still online?
we are still online. We are still live.
Yeah.
Welcome to Geeks 5 Ever After Dark.
Welcome to.
2 hours.
No, you got to do it like, hey there, all you cool cats
After
and
dark.
third shift workers. Welcome to Geeks 5 Ever After Dark. The
Third
one
shift doesn't start for another 2 hours.
The one podcast where Jace takes off his shirt and Super Jew will take off her pants.
We're
You
not talking
assume.
about that.
And Sonic
You
will
assume.
ignore us. As always.
Like he did
Playing
all
all the
podcasts.
cool-
No, I listen to y'all. Trust me. I
No,
do.
no. I know you do. I'm just fucking with you. Whenever we have a voice actor, I like to get you involved because you are an aspiring voice actor.
Right. No worries.
But he's
You got.
I was
Don't
so- I was-
keep doing simp voice though. Give him something good.
No, yeah, you should have
I
given
know.
him like.
Don't do joke voice. Do good.
You got to be like, hey, can I do a voice for you? My name is Optimus Prime.
it always sounds like you're saying Optimus.
Okay,
Prime.
hold on. Let me try it again. My name is Optimus Prime. Autobots, let's roll out.
One shall
You know what? Fuck it, because we're never gonna be good enough for Super Jew.
Yeah, we don't.
say that.
We don't cater to her.
I'm Super Jew. Look at me. I want this voice of a robot. Look at this. Look at me.
This is
That's
what
right.
they come for. That's
Welcome
good.
to
My
the
laptop
complaining
is messed up.
podcast.
It's my stupid laptop. I almost broke it with a hammer.
Go. That's your voice. I should give it to.
Wow.
If you're ever
What?
gone, you know he's gonna do that voice now.
Dude, you don't give
Are you listening
anyone-
to smooth jazz?
It's a saxophone.
Jazz.
Yaz. Play the
Yaz.
Yaz flute. Yaz flute.
No, you got it. Look. No, because I will tell you this. Look, nobody gives me more shit than Super Jew.
I used to.
Yeah, but
Super
then she
Jew has
joined.
taken that title, so
But-
we do.
But
I'm willing to pick up the slack.
like no one was more concerned whenever she was tired or where she was. Like, holy shit, where is she, dude? Where is she?
That's
Is she
true.
okay?
More
She
than
fine?
Dandelion.
Yeah.
Dandelion, thank you.
Dandelion and Gabby love you. They are your
Yes.
fans. Like they are your fans.
Yeah, I backtracked to some of the comments. I can't see all the comments,
Right.
even
No,
all
no,
the
it's
Facebook
fine.
comments.
It's fine.
It
You
happens.
can go to the Facebook.
But I was like, oh, good. Well, no,
No.
even all the Facebook comments don't show up. I don't know what's going on with my
I
thing.
don't know what's going on.
But-
The whole thing is being stupid today, including with the internet.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, mine's starting to
here's the thing,
crash
though,
too.
like, and going back to our previous subject,
Hmm.
nobody worries about you more than I do because, like, you guys, like, even though I let y'all talk shit and make fun of me, like, you guys have no idea how much I appreciate y'all.
Well, yeah, you know,
We love you,
because
Goku.
we love you.
No, you
we only
fucking
do it
don't.
because we.
We
Love
do.
the channel.
Fuck you. Fuck you. We love you.
Hey, fuck you.
We'll eat a dick.
You
We
eat a
love you, you
dick.
bastard.
Don't tell me
All
how
right,
to live my
fine.
life.
We'll put it on OnlyFans.
You want to take this outside? We'll take this shit outside.
All right, I'll see you in 5 hours.
Let me
Good
get
night,
my
everybody.
phone
We're not done yet.
and I'll live
Oh.
stream.
I
we
need
should
to be
probably-
done.
we should probably
I
wrap
need to be
this up.
done.
Goku.
You need to get
Take
off.
us away.
Take us out. Yeah, I need to go.
It's already past like 2 hours, 2.5 hours
Yeah.
already.
But it's
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, you
know,
can
Dude, I need-
sign
I
us
need- I
out,
need to-
and then
I
you
need
can
to-
get to the good
All right,
drinking.
all right. So, does anybody have anything they want to say or announce, or before we go and cut it off?
Monday. Do we have a
oh
Monday
yeah.
guest?
What's
Oh
Monday?
yeah.
We'll start with Monday.
Yes. So Monday, our guest is called Misa Days. They're a group of people that host Korean style and subject style panels, even though they're not Korean, but they're a pretty cool group. They're up and coming, and they go to a lot of conventions in Texas. They'll be joining us on Monday for a podcast interview and to talk shit and all kinds of cool things, you know.
What about the weekend? We have stuff on the weekend.
Tomorrow we might not do anything, but on Sunday, the Super Size Podcast. You guys don't have to be here for that one.
I would love to, but I can't because
You
this coming
don't-
week I start 7.
You don't
I
have
want
to be here.
I understand, but I want to participate. But unfortunately, I have to get up super early.
You don't
this next
have
week.
to always participate.
Is the supersized one going to be just a bunch of people again?
It's going to be a bunch of random people gossiping.
Oh, my ass is going to sleep. I'll comment some dumb shit.
Sonic
Come on
Keyblade.
for some time.
Keyblade Sonic's got shit to do anyway.
Because he's a talented individual.
He's got a
fresh
successful
voice.
YouTube channel to promote.
There you go.
Not just that. Also, I think I shared this earlier. I'm actually going to be part of a panel tomorrow morning on Twitch regarding a project I'm part of, the We Rise Virtual Project.
Oh yeah.
It's actually gonna be tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. as well. So basically, there'll be
since
two
we're
straight
talking about
days.
your projects, can you mention the one that you're doing some voice acting for?
Yes, that is the one I'm doing voice acting
All right,
for.
since you're gonna be with them, can you negotiate the time slot for them as long as it can be a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday?
Yeah, no worries. I'll talk to them about it tomorrow. Actually, I'm actually gonna have a meeting with them about 15
Tell them
minutes.
that I apologize that I haven't answered their email. It's just that don't give them don't give them a lot of details, but just let them know that I've been going through some shit.
No worries.
All right.
So
guys,
anyway, that's the panel tomorrow. If you don't have to, and I can't stress this enough. I can't tell you how many times people have told me I can't watch it because I don't have a Twitch. You don't need a Twitch account to watch it.
That's right. You don't have to have a YouTube account to watch YouTube
Exactly.
videos.
So I can't stress how many times people say, "Oh, I don't watch your videos because I don't have a YouTube."
You don't have to have a citizenship to buy alcohol. So stop. Get off your lazy asses.
Well, technically, in certain states, you do.
Not if you know the people.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's still illegal. But hopefully tomorrow you'll post a link in Geeks 5 Hours so we can chat to that. Because I'll be doing something, but I want to go and.
I want to check it out too. So just make sure you post the link or send it to us. Anyone else have anything? Anyone else have anything to promote or anything to talk about before we go into the weekend?
And then, like we said, next Friday we have Michael Horton, who I met him at a Transformers thing. He's on Murder She Wrote. So check that out.
His last name is Horton.
Horton.
Horton,
Yes.
from Horton Hears a Who?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Is he an
a
elephant?
common name.
Get over it.
That's a common name, Go.
Yeah,
my
seriously.
God, I
It's a
was
white
just-
name.
God damn fucking white
You-
people. We're
you
here trying to make a
racist.
fucking
Get out
joke
of
and they
here.
ruin it.
Get out of here.
You racist, black-haired
Am I
individual.
racist?
So look him up to see if he's been in any show that that you liked growing up or whatever. And shoot us some comments or questions.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I'm ready to go.
Dots.
All right, guys. If you're following us on
Dogs.
YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. You can be notified for all or some of our videos. Also, hit the thumbs up or thumbs down. Remember, when you hit the thumbs up, the YouTube algorithm will share this video with other followers and friends of yours. Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram, and join our Discord. Also, make sure you check out nonamenerd.com. Remember to use our coupon code Geeks5Ever. That's 10% off all of your purchases. Also, make sure you check out Keyblade Sonic's YouTube channel. He just posted a review of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Also, if you want to join our server for Minecraft, all you have to do is sign up for our Patreon. I think it's the $10 one will get you access to our server. We only have 3 slots available, so make sure you join us. Also, make sure you send a friend request to Pachinko because he's cool.
Fuck that guy.
Shout out to Pachinko.
Shout out to Pachinko, the official sponsor of Geeks 5 Ever. All
I
right,
like all
guys.
your title cards.
Title
Send them to me. He makes all these title cards. Like he says so next week is Transformers, Dark Side of Jewformer. I like it.
Yeah, that'll be cool. All right, guys. I'm King Mexico, also known as the El Rey de Mexico, and I'm telling everybody to stay classy.
Bye.
What did you say?